700 ESPN, 105.3 FM. Patchin and Lukens here in the Frostbrew Coors Light studio. Because of the afternoon game, we don't have another win to talk about with the Mariners. I feel like every time we come on this show, it's like, hey, they did it again. They won again. They hit a home run.
Those day games were fun, yeah.
I know. Wow. Mariners tonight, 6 o'clock pregame, 7:10 first pitch. You can hit our sister station, FM News Radio 100.7. KXOI 920. Last day of the week, last day of the work week for all of us before we load up the party bus on Sunday and head to Seattle. We're looking forward to it. We get to see, hopefully, we get to see Marco Gonzalez throw. Should be a good game.
Yeah.
If you're on the bus, looking forward to seeing you here bright and early on Sunday morning. And if you're not on the bus, we got another one going on May 19th, and those tickets go on sale on Monday morning at northwesttickets.com. We'll tell you more about that throughout the show. Spokane Chiefs going for win number 4 tonight against the Everett Silvertips. And if they do that, they'll be in their first Western Hockey League championship, in the conference championship in the West since 2011. So, and Everett had lost 3 games, Rick, in a row once this season.
Yeah.
Before this series. They have not lost 4 games in a row.
Well, I don't think they lost double-digit games at home this season.
They did not.
But the Chiefs beat them twice.
Yes, they did.
In the playoffs.
Yes, they did. All right. Steve's got a buy or sell, a wingman edition of buy or sell. Steve, you got good questions today, or are they just average?
I think they're okay. I mean, we'll see. You never know.
And
maybe 3 good ones, two so-so, something like that.
I don't know about that.
All right.
On Monday, I strive for Mondays to have 4 good questions because we have the entire weekend
to
work from.
Exactly.
It's a really easy. By Thursday, I'm hoping I have 2. I'm hoping I have 2. All right. Masters going on, second round. A little bit of weather there today. Rui Hashimura is in L.A. He's the leading candidate for the Small Forward of the Year award. That's called the Julius Erving Award. And that event starts at 5 o'clock tonight.
You know what? Good for Rui, but these rewards are ridiculous. I mean, there's just too damn many of them.
Well, they do them in football.
I know. Those are too. It's like, okay, I'll give you the Davey O'Brien Award, okay, which seems stupid since there's a Heisman Trophy. And why isn't the guy who wins the Heisman Trophy ever the guy who wins the Davey O'Brien Award? You know what I'm saying? But I'll give you the Davey O'Brien Award in football because it was before the Heisman. But come on, man. The Julius Erving Award? Really?
The Jerry West Award?
Really?
The Bob Cousy Award? The Kareem Abdul-Jabbar Award? The Moses Malone Award? They hand those all out.
Yeah. There should be the Wooden Award.
There is.
Yeah, I know. Just the Wooden Award.
Well, how about the Naismith Award?
Well, he did come before Wooden. Although there are some people who might argue with that.
Yeah, they would be wearing blue and gold and living in Southern California.
Yeah.
But they give them all away on the same show, and it's like the college football show now. Right. They hand them all out. He's nominated for the best small forward in the college game, and that's coming up tonight. I cannot believe that none of these Gonzaga players had said I'm in the NBA draft. I'm having a hard time believing it.
Zion Williamson hadn't said it.
That's true.
I mean, A.J. Barrett said he was in.
Okay. And Cam Reddick said he was in.
Okay, stunned by both of those.
Yes, no. I know. I mean, when it's like today that ESPN for the last hour, breaking news: Luke Walton got fired. No.
What took you so long?
That's not breaking news. That's the news everybody expected.
That was a foregone conclusion. So I mean, Zion Williamson hasn't announced yet. So and he's going to. So what's the rush? I mean, we're going to hear from Rui. We're going to hear from Brandon Clark, and maybe we're going to hear from Tilly we will hear from Tilly and possibly from Norvell on what their plans are.
Okay. I'm not worried about Zion because he's not a local guy, but I am shocked that he hasn't said anything, and I don't know.
He's just waiting. I mean, it's going to make his announcement at the right time. It's probably he's got people now,
But why wait? It's not like you have to decide, oh, man, if I go in, that's it, I'm done, I can't come back. No, it's a get out of jail card free. Why not go? Why not announce? Why not start this as soon as you can? I don't get it.
Here's what I think. I think that the fact that we haven't heard from these guys, and Zach Norvell I put to the side because he was really iffy on whether or not he was going to declare anyway, because I don't really think, that I'm very confident he's going to be back next year. But for Tilly and Clark and Rui, I kind of feel like I'm going to take this as an indication that all three of them are probably gone, because there are other people who are now this is just me talking. There are other people who are now in control of these types of things. When you announce, where you announce, what you're going to do between now and the draft. There are other people in control of that.
Okay.
Because if they were going to stay, if they'd made up their mind they were going to stay, they would announce it.
But see, I don't even think you have to, as a junior, I don't even think you have to make up your mind whether you're going to stay or not.
Yeah.
You just declare and you get free advice. You can actually go to training camps.
Well, that's another indication to me.
Workouts.
That's another indication to me that maybe that means that these three guys are going to announce that they are putting their names in and that they are signing with agents.
Well, that might be part of the issue is guys signing with agents.
That's what I'm saying.
Which is they're trying to figure out who their agent is.
Yeah.
And when they figure out who their agent is, they're just going to announce, I'm declaring for the draft and I'm signing with an agent.
Or if they've already figured out who their agent is saying, okay, well, let's hold off on this. There's a more optimal time to do it for whatever reason. I don't know what that is, but those people are now in control.
Again, I'm confused because you don't, as a junior, you don't even have to have an agent. You can say I'm in. I'm declaring for the draft, and maybe an agent who you never thought you could get calls you up on the phone.
Yeah, but I'm saying if these guys didn't have an agent, we'd probably hear from them already.
Yeah, maybe.
I'm just saying that's a scenario. I'm not even saying that's likely. I'm saying that's a scenario. Because we haven't heard from them, it's because they've got an agent who is now in control of things. And if they've got an agent, Dennis, that means they're gone.
You can actually
there is actually.
You can get advice as long as you don't sign with an agent.
You don't sign with someone. Yeah.
You can get advice. Because you know why? Baseball's doing it all the time. High school kids are all got, I'm going to use air quotes here, agents getting advice on whether or not, where to go. They're not signed with anybody.
Yeah, and I think that was actually a good move by NCAA to allow guys to do that, because then you don't have the secretive calls or the backroom meetings, and you're not dealing with the kids are not dealing with shady people. The
shenanigans go drastically down.
They can deal up front and discuss their options with legitimate agents who are in the business, and it doesn't cost them. I think that's why the NCAA did this, to take the sleazeballs out of the equation.
I agree with that. And agents can actually talk to kids without having to pay to them to get to talk to them.
Yes.
I like it. Matt says they're also wanting to see who declares and see where their stock drops or rises. Matt, this has nothing to do with where they're going to be drafted. To me, this has nothing to do with that. You declare to get free evaluation and free advice from the NBA. And they're going to tell you where you are going to be drafted in, and if you're not going to be drafted, here's why you're not going to be drafted. Or if you're not going to be drafted in the top 20, here's why you're drafted in the top 50. This is where you need to improve. Who's the big man from Wisconsin? Was it Happ? He declared last year, and NBA teams go, you need to figure out how to pass the basketball out of the post. You know what he did at Wisconsin this year? He was the leading assist man of any big man in the game, and he's probably going to be a first-round draft pick this year because he went back and took the advice that they gave him. To me, I'm surprised. The season's been over for, 2 weeks for Gonzaga? Yeah. There were guys out there who declared 18 seconds after their year was over. And there weren't just one or two. There was a boatload. Mike says no hurry for Zion. He's already getting paid, right?
Well, that's possible that he's getting paid right now. Sure, that's possible. Somebody's giving him some money because if he's going into the draft, and we all know that he is,
Right.
then it's okay that he's getting paid,
Right.
even though he hasn't made a declaration.
Right. Because even if he hasn't, if he's signed with an agent but they haven't announced it,
Yeah.
then he's ineligible to play anyway, but it doesn't really matter.
And nobody's paying him. I can see an agent has slid him a few $100,000 for whatever he wants to do. And then when we look, ink your huge deal with Nike or Under Armour, remember the blown up shoe, you will pay me back.
Man, Rick, he's going to make a lot of money.
Yeah, he is.
He might be able to live off his shoe money. I mean, quite comfortably off his shoe money.
Uh-huh.
I found it interesting. Oh, no. Ed says, fellas, it's also Bark in the Park Day Sunday at the game. Really?
Yep.
Oh, yeah, it is. It absolutely is, yeah. Oh. It's reusable tote day. You're going to get a reusable tote, but it's also,
man.
Bark in the Park Day.
Really?
Yeah. You want to borrow Hank?
No. I don't want him on the bus. I don't want to have to watch him.
Hank doesn't want to be on the bus.
No, he doesn't. I don't want to be at the park with a bunch of dogs. Oh, boy. All right. I don't know why they're waiting. I just don't. It's confusing to me. Especially when there's 4 guys who might declare it. We'd think at least one guy. And for those of you who are saying, well, maybe they're talking amongst one another and they're all coming back. Yeah, no.
No.
If you're a first-round pick, you got to go. You got to go.
Yeah, guaranteed money.
Which is interesting. Did you see what happened to the WNBA draft? Sabrina Ionescu at the University of Oregon, who would have been the Zion Williamson of the WNBA draft, would have been first overall, no doubt about it. Says, I got unfinished business. I'm going back to Oregon. I'll see you guys next year.
Party at Kelly Graves' house tonight.
Yeah, the number 1 pick, the overall number 1 pick. She would have been number 1 with a bullet. Said, I'm good.
Yeah, but if that's the NBA, she's going.
Oh, she's racing out of the building.
Yeah.
It just shows you the difference between the 2 leagues.
Yeah.
All right, we're going to take a timeout. Patchin and Lukens here in the Frost Brew Coors Light studio. Mariners made a couple of roster moves. We'll tell you about those coming up next. 700 ESPN, 105.3 FM.
Hey, hon, let's pick up a huge XLNY pizza.
Hey, Maps, give me directions to Papa Murphy's.
Boop, boop. Rerouting to Yumsville.
Oh, Molly, you don't have to do the Maps voice.
Boop, boop. Take a left on Huge Pizza Road.
Okay, babe, I can just follow the real directions.
Bake it up a notch tonight. Get any made-from-scratch XLNY with a foldable New York-style crust for only $9. Papa Murphy's Pizza. We make it, you bake it.
Wendell Ford, Nissan, and pre-owned salespeople are experts, love their customers, and want to help you. Here's General Manager Shane Goff.
Looking for something new? Elton is an expert at helping customers find their new ride.
This bad boy right here is the new 2019 Nissan Altima. She's been completely redesigned from the bottom up, and on top of that, for the first time ever in our Altimas, all-wheel drive. New tablet in the Nissan Altima touchscreen, Siri and Apple CarPlay ready, as well as Android Auto. It's awesome.
Looking for a new ride? Then put us on your list.
At the Y or online at Wendell.com.
Looking for a new truck? Jeff knows trucks, and he'll help you find what you're looking for.
So I hear a lot of people tell me that they want a pickup truck, but they feel, 1, they can't afford it, 2, they can't get it into their garage. I think the Nissan Frontier is going to be the solution to that. With the Frontier, you also get heated seats, Nissan Connect with navigation and mobile app. You get a mid-sized pickup that's in the right price range. It's a no-brainer.
We're locally owned, and that means something to our people and to us.
Wendell Ford, Nissan, and pre-owned at the Y or online at Wendell.com.
My name is Tad Weisner, president of the Spokane Art School, where we teach Spokane to make and enjoy art. We started using Northwest Tickets a year ago for our online class registrations. Since then, we've seen a substantial increase in new and returning students of all ages. We attribute this success largely to Northwest Tickets. They not only offer the lowest merchant service and convenience fees, they also include us in free advertising all year long. If your business sells tickets of any kind, I recommend you look into northwesttickets.com.
Marie, is that you?
Oh, hi, Barb. How you doing?
Better now. Did you know we had a little health scare with Jeff?
Oh, no. What happened?
Well, he had been short of breath and was really tired a lot of the time. He just thought he was getting old and was out of shape, but it turns out it was heart valve disease.
How did you figure it out?
He finally went to the doctor, and she was able to listen to his heart and detected the problem. I didn't realize it, but heart valve disease is more common than you'd think. They were able to replace the valve, and he's feeling so much better now.
Oh, I'm so glad to hear that.
More than 5 million Americans are diagnosed with heart valve disease every year, but most people know nothing about the condition, and it can be deadly if untreated. That's why it's important to listen to your heart and ask your doctor if your symptoms may be due to heart valve disease, or if you're at high risk. A message brought to you by Heart Valve Voice US. For more information about the symptoms and treatments for valve disease, go to heartvalvevoice-us.org.
The Spokane Chiefs will have the brooms out tonight. I'm Dennis Patchin with his Coors Light, 700 ESPN, 105.3 FM Spokane Sports Center. Up 3-0, the Chiefs can sweep the second-round playoff series with Everett tonight with a win in Game 4. The puck drops in the arena for the first time at 7. Thanks to a solo home run from Daniel Vogelbach in the 10th, the Mariners 7-6 winners over Kansas City on Thursday. With a victory, the Mariners sweep the 4-game series with the Royals and win 6 of 7 on the road trip. Mariners, who have hit a home run in a Major League record 15 games to start the season, will host the Astros in the first of a 3-game series. First pitch tonight at 7:10. College baseball tonight. Washington State will be at home this weekend. The Cougars start the first of a 3-game series with the Oregon Ducks. And Gonzaga on the road this weekend. They'll be in the Northwest starting a 3-game series at Portland tonight. This 700 ESPN, 105.3 FM Spokane Sports Center is brought to you by Frost Brewed Coors Light, Spokane's most refreshing beer.
The Frost Brewed Coors Light text line is always open. Let Patchin and Lukens know what you think. 509-315-7833.
700 ESPN, 105.3 FM. Patchin and Lukens here in the Frost Brewed Coors Light studio.
This portion of the show brought to you by Bulldog Rooter.
Mariners made a couple of roster moves today before getting ready to host the Houston Astros tonight in the first of a 3-game series. The Mariners have sent down Matt Festa and Eric Swanson, 2 pitchers. They've sent them down and recalled 2 pitchers, one from the injury list, and that is Sean Armstrong, who returns from his rehab assignment at AAA Tacoma. And I think I'm saying this right. Ruben Alans, is that correct?
I believe that's correct. A-L-A-I-N?
No, I'm not saying it right.
Alanis.
Pitched in 2 games in Tacoma. 3 innings, 1 run. He threw in 31 games last year. He was picked up in the trade with Tampa Bay. So he came over in the Malik Smith deal. So he will be here tonight. And I think he will make his major league debut. And I do not believe he has pitched at the big league level. No, he is not. So he would be a guy that was making his major league debut. And Armstrong pitched in 14 games last year.
And he would have been on the roster to start the season, but he got hurt. So
he did get hurt. He got hurt before the season began.
Yeah.
With an oblique strain.
Right. So he's back, and I expect him to stay. And then you've also got Gerson Batista, who should be nearing his return from an injury.
Well, Alanis, then, to me, is probably the guy who's going to wind up going back down.
Yeah.
I don't think we've seen the last of Matt Festa this season, and I certainly don't think we've seen the last of Eric Swanson this season. I think both of those guys will be back with a Major League club at some point in time.
Yes, I mean Swanson was brought up because they needed somebody, and he got his 2 innings in yesterday, and as we said, they were not great, but he looked really good in his one start at Tacoma. So, he's a project. This is a young guy. You'll see him again.
Yeah, he started in Spokane in 2014. So this is his 1, 2, 3, 4, 5th year. Start of his 6th year in professional baseball. He's still got a future with this team.
Mm-hmm. No immediate future tonight for Daniel Vogelbach. He's sitting down, which I question that just because of how hot he is. He hits left. They're going up against a left-handed pitcher tonight, but they put a lefty, Jay Bruce, in his place. So
right. Well, but maybe Jay Bruce's numbers are better against
Wade Miley
than Daniel Vogelbach.
Maybe Jay Bruce has hit 7 home runs, and if he could hit a couple tonight, maybe that piques somebody's interest in acquiring Jay Bruce from the Mariners.
Right.
Down the road.
It's just a rotational basis right now with the guys that are part of this Mariner roster.
But the 3 main outfielders, none of them has the night off tonight. Just saying. I mean, that's how they worked Vogelbach in before, was they were giving outfielders the night off.
So who's at first base then? Is it Encarnacion or is it Bruce?
It's Encarnacion.
Okay, so Bruce is the DH then tonight.
Yeah.
So the good news is Bruce is back in the lineup and didn't have an issue with
his Achilles,
yeah. Which he left with tightness in that the other day.
Everything else is as expected.
We got a couple of people texting the show. Mike says, can somebody please shoot some video of Dennis's reaction if somebody shows up for the bus with their dog on Sunday morning? There's not going to be any reaction. They're not getting on. We're not taking any dogs to the game. It's not part of the deal.
The bus company might have something to say about that.
I'm not even going to put it up to the bus company. That's not it. We got a text saying, I see Dennis getting mysteriously ill before Sunday. No. What about?
Oh, no, I was going to be argumentative and say, what about a service dog? Let's just drop that.
See, I don't know technically what the rules would be. I'd have to ask.
Yeah.
If somebody brought a service dog on the bus, can you take a service dog into a Mariner game every game?
I'm going to guess probably. That's my guess. Probably.
Then I think I would probably leave it up to the bus company, I guess. That's an interesting question. I don't know. We'll have to find out. Did Dennis just ask who's on first? Yes, John, I did. I wanted to know who was playing, Encarnacion or Jay Bruce. Rick knew what I was asking.
He said who's playing first. If he had said who's on first, I might have jumped all over that. But it didn't even set off a bell in my head when he said who's playing first.
Steve, did you even think about that?
In this instance, I did not.
No. And he said who's playing first base is what he said. It's a completely different world from who's on first.
Who's on first?
Completely different world.
Danny says, Dennis is always eating peanuts during the show in the beginning. No, I'm not.
Never once. Never once. Ever. That I've ever seen ever. EVER ever. I don't know what he's talking about.
I don't either. Is that a joke? Is that an inside joke that I don't get? Because I wouldn't put it past me.
Rick, go to Urban Dictionary and look that up. See what he's saying.
Yeah, Dennis is eating peanuts. Yeah, I'm going to do that.
Can we not say anything anymore?
Exactly. That's what I said. That was my whole thing. The time you were gone, I was like, we want our language back. Take some of the greatest nicknames in history, okay? The Yankee Clipper, you cannot call anybody that. You don't even want to know what that's all about.
Seriously?
Yes. You don't even want to know.
So what baseball nicknames we can't use anymore? How about the Iron Horse? Is that one that's out?
I haven't looked that up, but I'm going to say that's almost a definite no. Almost a definite no.
Is the Sultan of SWAT no longer eligible to be said on radio? Can you not use the Say Hey Kid anymore?
There's a whole, yeah.
Charlie Hustle, is that completely out?
I think there's a problem with Charlie. Okay, one of the great Sonic names, Downtown Freddie Brown.
Yeah.
No.
You can't use Downtown
No.
Freddie Brown.
Oh no.
How about the glove?
Oh no.
You can't use that.
You can imagine what the glove.
I can only imagine what that is. How about the Rain Man?
The Rain Man. Actually, I looked that one up and that was okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Texas Dennis going to try the grasshoppers. Nope. I am not. You got to get there early, though. They keep selling those babies out.
Eating peanuts is okay.
Oh, it is?
Just for future reference.
Okay, good. That's good. All right, we're going to take a time out and read some more of your text. Jerry has an interesting question, and we'll deal with it coming up next. It's Patchin and Lukens in the Frostburg Coors Light Studio, 700 ESPN, 105.3 FM.
No, not the big.
Go, Chiefs, go!
Thanks for calling your Spokane Chiefs. Game 4 is tonight.
Game 4. 4 is the magic number.
And tonight's also a Buck Night. We'll hand out rally towels courtesy of Avista.
Uh-huh.
Oh, and it's a whiteout, so wear white to support your Chiefs.
It's a nice day for a whiteout. You know, just like Billy Idol sang.
I don't think that's exactly how Billy put it.
Well, agree to disagree.
Okay, we'll go with it.
Go, Chiefs, go!
It's round 2 of the Western Hockey League playoffs. Your Spokane Chiefs against the Everett Silvertips. Game 4 is tonight in the Spokane Arena. And tonight is a Buck Night with $1 hot dogs and Coca-Cola products all night. For tickets, go to SpokaneChiefs.com or call the Chiefs at 535-PUCK.
Do they still make whiteout?
I don't know. You still have it all over your computer screen?
Well, I haven't made a mistake in years. Hello?
The WHL playoffs in the arena tonight. Get your seats at SpokaneChiefs.com or call 535-PUCK.
The second annual Spokane Cougs First Show and After Party is Thursday, April 18th at the Davenport Grand from 4 to 10 p.m. with a special keynote from WSU President Kirk Scholes starting at 3. Meet him and AD Pat Chun at their booth. Come shop and taste Cougar-owned, managed, and affiliated businesses. It's free to attend and all are welcome. Register online at cougsfirst.org, then join us on April 18th at the Davenport Grand Hotel, 4 to 10 p.m. Go Cougs!
Hi, it's Olivia Munn with my shelter pets, Frankie and Chance. Say hi, guys. When I adopted them, I discovered that they both have incredible personalities. Chance's sole purpose in life is to love and to be loved. Frankie is a little bit of a scoundrel and always entertaining. They're a little bit of a lot of things, but they're all pure love. Adopt pure love at theshelterpetproject.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council, the Humane Society of the United States, and Maddie's Fund.
Do you struggle with dizziness or loss of balance? When you roll over in bed, does the room spin? Do you have a difficult time concentrating and ringing in your ears? These are scary and debilitating symptoms of vestibular disorders, which affect the inner ear and brain. These symptoms are invisible and are often overlooked by others, but there's hope. Learn more about vestibular disorders at vestibular.org. Visit vestibular.org or call 800-837-8428.
There are a ton of social networking websites, but one stands apart for a very special reason. This one saves lives. It's MatchingDonors.com. MatchingDonors.com links organ donors with people in need of kidney and other transplants. In the U.S., 19 people die each day waiting for an organ transplant, most of them for kidneys. If you've ever considered becoming a living organ donor, or if you have someone in need of an organ transplant, visit MatchingDonors.com. Home of the greatest gift of all, the gift of life. MatchingDonors.com.
April is Earth Month, so welcome to Earth Month. We're right smack in the middle of it, and so we actually have Earth Day during Earth Month. We have Arbor Day during Earth Month. That's all very fitting. But you know what else fits really well within Earth Month is Zero Res, because Zero Res represents truly green, eco-friendly cleaning in your home, and cleaning of the biggest dirt catcher in your home, and that is the carpeting. You think of the dust, the dirt, the allergens, the mites that settle down in there. And when Zero Res cleans using their powered water, and water is green cleaning, that's all they use is water, then they're doing the job in an eco-friendly way. Great for the environment at large, but also great for the environment in your home, because they're not leaving any chemicals from a harsh residues from a harsh chemical in your carpeting. And they're not leaving any chemicals from a soap or a shampoo in your carpeting because that's going to attract more dirt to the area. You get a truly clean carpet that is eco-friendly for you and your family in your home environment as well. And if you book during Earth Month, you get a special bonus. Zero Res is teaming with the Arbor Day Foundation to plant a tree for every carpet cleaning performed during the month of April, up to 1,000. So when you book and have your carpet cleaned, you're getting a tree planted, courtesy of Zero Res and the Arbor Day Foundation. It's just $44 a room, pre-treated, cleaned, and sanitized. Minimums apply. It's the best carpet cleaning in the industry, and it's absolutely fantastic during Earth Month. Give Zero Res a call. Tell them Rick Lukens told you to call. It's 92 Clean. Call 92 Clean or book online at ZeroResSpokane.com. Zero Res carpets and air ducts, the right way to clean.
Listen to the show anywhere. Streaming live 24 hours a day at 700ESPN.com.
Patchin and Lukens in the Frostbrook Coors Light Studio, 700 ESPN, 105.3 FM. Palouse Rob asked a question, and Rob will text you that question back. Give us a few minutes, and we'll get you that information. Jerry with an interesting text as the Masters round 2 is nearing a completion, and there are three in the clubhouse at 7 under, and 2 more currently out on the course at 7 under, and nobody's out there 6. So we could have a 5-way tie for this when it's all said and done. But Jerry with a question off the Frostbrook Course text line says, Steve, after his impressive start at the Masters, many of your fellow sports personalities in Bristol feel that Tiger can win 1 or 2 majors this year. Are you of the same belief?
Quick answer is no. I think they've thought he could win a major or 2 for the last 11 years at various points. Sure, a couple of years there where he was hurt and had surgery and clearly wasn't going to play. They wouldn't say that, but no, that's why this thing drives me nuts. This guy's been able to do absolutely nothing on a golf course for 11 years now, and I'm tired of hearing about him.
I believe this is his best chance to win a major in a while.
3 shots off the pace.
And this course fits his game. And he doesn't seem to be giving away strokes like he had. Now, we still got 2 rounds to go. But
he's still got 5 holes to go.
He's still on the course.
Yeah, he's 3 shots off the pace, and that's through 13. So
he shot 70 yesterday. He's on pace to shoot 69 today. If you're 2 back at the halfway point of the Masters, you got more than a chance to win. And if Tiger's 2 back at the Masters, what's it going to do to the rest of these dudes in their head?
They'll tighten up a little bit. Maybe not like they did, years ago.
No.
The time Steve was talking about.
Yeah. When Phil Mickelson did not play great today, he was 1 over par. He's at 4 under. But, the people who watch golf on a consistent basis say Tiger is playing as well right now as he has in a long time. He's been competitive. His putter isn't working very well, but he's been competitive. One of the favorites is probably going to miss the cut. Rick Lukens and Justin Rose. Cut line looks to be 3 over. He's at 4 over par. Sergio, who won this thing 2 years ago, is not going to make the cut.
Danny Willett, who won this thing just a couple of years ago, is not going to make the cut. He's already in at 4 over. So
yeah, those guys. Yeah, unless something crazy.
Brandt Snedeker, Charles Schwartzel.
There's no way. There's too many guys that are finished at 3. There aren't enough people out on the course to blow up for those guys to be in it. You know what? I'm with Steve. I don't think he's in it. I don't think he wins it. But he's playing better now. He's 2 shots back with some holes left to play. Now, If he goes bogey, double, bogey, bogey on his last 3 holes, then, we got a different story. But let's just assume Tiger pars in. He's 2 shots back of the lead with 36 holes to play.
3 shots back.
No, he's only 5 under.
Oh, I've got him at 4 under.
Oh, you do? He must have bogeyed.
Yeah, he must have just.
Well, never mind then. He's got no shot to win. He's 3 shots back.
Well, I've got him 4 under through 13. He could have birdied as well.
I've got him at 4 under, 5 under through 14.
Yeah. Okay. So he birdied number 14.
14.
Yeah.
All right.
So he's 2 back. Yeah.
I don't think he wins it, but I'm not counting him out. I mean, he's not the Tiger that a couple years ago went out and didn't make the cut or shot 74, 73. I mean, he's got a better shot than Zach Johnson, who's 3 over par. He's got a better shot than the defending champion at Patrick Reed, who's even par. Former champion Bubba Watson, who's even par. Yeah, I don't think he'll win it, but you know what? You know who's hoping for Tiger to be there on Sunday? Golf.
Yeah.
The game. The PGA Tour and CBS. I don't think the people at the Masters really care.
And I'll tell you what, they got the Masters and, CBS got to be liking this. I mean, I know the international guys have a lot of cachet, but people tend to root for Americans, and you've got a whole ton of Americans right in there at 4 under, at 5 under, 6 under. Dustin Johnson at 6 under. Brooks Koepka tied for the lead at 7 under. Then you got Matt Kuchar, Phil Mickelson, Charles Howell, Xander Schauffele, and Tiger Woods all right in there. Bryson DeChambeau as well, and Justin Thomas, all easily within striking distance. A whole bunch of Americans, and they'll love that.
It's if Tiger's in the hunt on Sunday, the numbers will be bigger on CBS than they normally would. Adam Scott just finished. He's 7 under.
Australian.
But he's a really good player.
Mm-hmm.
He's another name in golf that when you get to Sunday, you want Adam Scott contending for a championship. Frisbee Mike Golf says the continued talk about Tiger, a guy that hasn't won a major tournament in 11 years, solidifies what I already knew. Golf is boring. Thank you for your guys to go all in on disc golf, Frisbee golf, Mike.
I tell you what, and this won't change your mind then, but I mean, Tiger being in the hunt on Saturday and Sunday, and he is definitely right now in unless he blows up right now, he's going to be that. Certainly on Saturday. That's not boring. That's absolutely not boring. That's absolutely fantastic.
Brent says Tiger doesn't have the same effect anymore. The young guys haven't even seen him in his prime. I don't think they'll tighten up at all.
He doesn't have any effect. He may not. Okay, on the younger golfers. I'll agree that there's decent truth to that. But a lot of these guys who are in here, really kind of Tiger's more. Well, Tiger's. I don't know if he's a contemporary of a lot of these guys or not.
He certainly was
Adam Scott
dominating when those younger players that we're talking about on the leaderboard showed up to play for the first time.
Like Brooks Koepka is 28. Tiger's 43.
Mm-hmm.
11 years ago.
You don't.
And that's just the last time Tiger won.
Right.
We're talking 15 years ago.
You don't think
when Tiger was dominant, Brooks was 13 years old?
You don't think Brooks Koepka looked up to Tiger Woods?
Of course he would have known who he was and followed it and liked it, but now that he's a 28-year-old man and winning majors, he didn't give a rip what Tiger Woods is doing. It doesn't scare him.
His idol's on his tail. That doesn't tighten him up a little bit?
No.
Okay.
Not that guy.
Okay.
I don't know about some of these other yahoos, but not him.
Talk to the guys that played when Michael Jordan was 36, 37, 38 years old.
What about a young
that had grown up watching
What about
him?
a young pitcher in a similar situation coming in to pitch to Ken Griffey Jr.? I think it makes a difference.
I think Tiger's game is worth talking about. Because when Tiger is in contention, it makes the game better. Sorry. Breaking news, people.
That's the thing that drives me nuts. He hasn't done Jack Diddley Poo in over a decade.
Okay, and I'm going to tell you
So we're sitting here talking about something that hasn't happened.
Steve, when Jack Nicklaus was playing in his 40s and hadn't won a major in Jack Diddley Poo time, people were still talking about Jack Nicklaus.
Hey, I'll tell you what, Steve. In 1986, when Jack Nicklaus, at the age of 46,
yeah.
won the Masters for the last time, there were a lot of people who were young and maybe didn't know Jack, didn't grow up watching Jack. I can remember a whole bunch of people crowding around TV sets. I mean, I was out playing soccer that day, and people are saying, man, we got to get to a TV. People younger than me, we got to get to a TV. Jack's making a run on the back nine at the Masters. I totally remember that. It's Jack Nicklaus was one of the biggest names in golf whose time had passed, or so it seemed. And Tiger Woods is the biggest name in golf, whose time had passed, or so it seems.
Tiger Woods wins this weekend. It's a bigger win than Nicklaus in '86.
One of the biggest sports stories of the year, and we're only 3 months in,
Mm-hmm.
4 months in. Yeah,
that's what it is. And he just birdied another hole. Just birdied 16. He's one off the pace. We're going to take a timeout. Patchin and Lukens here in the Frostbrew Coors Light Studio, 700 ESPN, 105.3 FM.
Your local forecast brought to you by Wendell Ford, Wendell Nissan, and Wendell Pre-Owned. Over 500 vehicles in one location.
More wet weather is moving in for the first part of the weekend. Hi, it's Chris Crocker in the KXLY4 First Alert Weather Center. We may start the day off dry on Saturday, but the rain increases in the afternoon, so do the winds. A high temperature of only 51 degrees. Rain showers continuing through Saturday night. Looks like it might be dry Sunday.
Your local forecast brought to you by Wendell at the Y. Online at wendell.com.
Hey, hon, let's pick up a huge XLNY pizza. Hey, Maps, give me directions to Papa Murphy's.
Boop boop. Rerouting to Yumsville.
Oh, Molly, you don't have to do the Maps voice.
Boop boop. Take a left on Huge Pizza Road.
Okay, babe, I can just follow the real directions.
Bake it up a notch tonight. Get any made-from-scratch XLNY with a foldable New York-style crust for only $9. Papa Murphy's Pizza. We make it, you bake it.
Spring is here, and it's time for the 43rd Annual Spokane Home and Garden Show.
Bring photos, ideas, and family to find inspiration for your indoor and outdoor projects. Learn from one of the nation's foremost interior designers, Tanya Nyack.
Join us Sunday for a scavenger hunt and pictures with the Easter Bunny while shopping for your home.
Enter to win the grand prize valued at $15,000. Compliments of Dynamic Decks and Jacob's Custom Living.
Spokane Home and Garden Show, April 19th through the 21st. Sponsored by BECU.
700 ESPN. Life without VIP.
So bored. Hello? No, I don't want a free insurance quote.
Life with VIP. Tickets! You choose the 700 ESPN Field Pass, your VIP access to all things cool and free. Powered by Toyota. Let's go places. Get yours today at 700ESPN.com.
Players and spectators in Aces Casino are bringing you twice the fun all in one place. At the all-new Players and Spectators in Aces Casino, you can go bowling, play great card games and video games, and watch sports on big screen TVs while enjoying great food and drinks every day of the week. Visit Players and Spectators in Aces Casino in the Spokane Valley on East Sprague and have twice the fun. Now all in one place. Players and Spectators and Aces Casino.
Wendell Ford, Nissan, and pre-owned salespeople are experts, love their customers, and want to help you. Here's General Manager Shane Goff.
Looking for a sport utility? Then Todd's your man. Our customers love him. One of my customers' favorite features about this vehicle is the ability to start, stop, unlock, and lock her vehicle from wherever she's at using the Ford Pass app. So if she goes into the grocery store and forgets to lock her vehicle, she can lock it from her phone. One of my favorite features about this vehicle is Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, being able to replicate my phone now onto the screen. Looking for a new ride? Then put us on your list.
At the Y or online at Wendell.com.
If you're looking for something new, Fahim is one of our best, and he can help you find it.
We've got Mustangs for every option that you want. Never had one before? Go with the 2019 Ford Mustang Bullet. On the inside, you got a 12-inch performance cluster, which changes things from track apps, steering, sound, performance, everything.
We're locally owned, and that means something to our people and to us.
Wendell Ford, Nissan, and Pre-Owned at the Y or online at Wendell.com.
The Mariners just keep it rolling. I'm Dennis Patchin with Coors Light, 700 ESPN, 105.3 FM Spokane Sports Center. Thanks to 2 runs in the 9th and the game winner in the 10th, the Mariners 7-6 winners over Kansas City Thursday. With a pair of home runs in that game, the Mariners have now set a Major League record with a home run in 15 straight games to start the season. Mariners back home hosting the Houston Astros in the first of a 3-game series tonight. First pitch in Seattle is at 7:10. The Spokane Chiefs can send the Everett Silvertips on summer break tonight. Up 3-0. The Chiefs with a victory can advance to its first Western Conference final since 2011. The puck drops in the arena at 7. Ryan Murphy, who signed a letter of intent with Washington State when Ernie Kent was the basketball coach, has asked for his release. Last week, Murphy indicated on social media he was all in with new coach Kyle Smith, but apparently he's had a change of heart. The 700 ESPN 105.3 FM Spokane Sports Center is brought to you by Frost Brew Coors Light, Spokane's most refreshing beer.
Don't forget the word of the day. It's worth 50,000 bonus points, but you can only get it by listening to Patchin and Lukens.
700 ESPN, 105.3 FM. It's Patchin and Lukens here in the Frost Brewed Coors Light studio. The Cougars have officially announced 2 of their assistant coaches for new head coach Kyle Smith, and their names that are very familiar to people in college basketball. One of those guys is Jim Shaw, who has been a lot of places in the West, including Oregon State when Gary Payton was there, the University of Washington when Lorenzo Romar had it rolling. He also spent some time at Oklahoma with Kelvin Sampson when he was there. He also spent some time at St. Mary's a couple of seasons with Randy Bennett, not when Kyle Smith was there. He started also at Idaho, and he was the head coach at Western Oregon, who 3 of the last 4 years as head coach, they were the number 1 seed into the NCAA Division II rankings in the West. So Shaw's got 25 years of Division I coaching experience, and he's on the staff. The other man is Derek Phelps. All Derek Phelps did, and he's the guy that Kyle Smith hinted at in the press conference when he was named the head coach. All Phelps did is win a national championship playing at North Carolina, playing under Dean Smith. I think that's pretty good on your resume, is it not? Yeah. And he has been an assistant, longtime assistant, and was at San Francisco with Kyle Smith. Played in 2 Final Fours, including the 93 championship squad. Wow. Phelps is a great recruiter, according to what I've been told about him. So there you go, 2 assistant coaches on Kyle Smith's staff. Phelps was an assistant with Smith at Columbia, and then went from Columbia to San Francisco when Smith got that job. He was also an assistant coach at Monmouth, and pretty good player in his own right. So there you go, 2 assistant coaches named by Kyle Smith today. They'll have 1 more assistant than a basketball ops guy.
It sounds like, well, the first guy you mentioned sounds like he's got some experience in the West, if that matters to them.
Yeah, and
so does Smith.
And in the Pac-12.
Yeah.
He spent more than a decade at Washington. He spent He was actually at Oregon State early in his coaching career when Gary Payton played at Oregon State. So he's got a lot of seat time in and around the West, plus some time at St. Mary's, plus some time at Western Oregon. So he's a guy who's dialed in on the West Coast as well.
Yeah. And, there seems to be a school of thought that you need somebody who can help you recruit the Puget Sound area. And I don't know if I buy into that school. It would be nice if you were able to go over there and immediately have kids in the Puget Sound area or coaches over there paying attention to your program. But there's been success at Washington State without that happening. And basketball's been big in the Puget Sound area for a long time. There's been a lot of talent coming out of there for 3 decades at least. And Washington State hasn't really moved the needle on any of those guys.
They got Malachi Flynn.
Which was, and yes, he was good, but he was kind of like a secondary guy.
Mm-hmm.
Now, it turned out he was probably deserved to be rated higher, but he was kind of like a secondary guy coming out of there.
And C.J. Ellaby.
Yep, another one.
Another guy that they got him out of there.
Yeah.
And he was considered a top D1 player. They just haven't gotten a lot of them. I mean, heck, Gonzaga hasn't gotten a lot of them.
Darn few, unless they transfer there a couple of years later.
Right. Well, I mean, it's basically been the University of Washington, and then, Arizona's had a couple, and other teams along the West Coast have come in, or they've gone elsewhere. They have not made it, in the most part, to this side of the state coming out of high school for whatever reason.
Ever.
Is that just kids just don't want to come to Spokane or Pullman? If you live in the Seattle metro area, is that the people who are running youth basketball over there discouraging people from coming to Pullman?
I think the big names over there, the more highly recruited kids over there, have higher aspirations than maybe a lot of kids who think, if I work really hard for 3 years or 4 years, I might make myself into a player who can go to the next level. Whereas the highly recruited kids over there are like, I'm going to play 1 year of college basketball and I'm gonzo.
Right. Ernie Kent got guys out of Washington, out of Seattle when he was coaching at Oregon.
Yeah, that's different, isn't it?
No. But I'm just saying it wasn't Ernie Kent that didn't get him out of there.
Right.
Now, guys aren't going to programs. Top guys aren't going to programs when you win 10 games. They're not.
Not those guys.
No,
not those guys.
I don't got enough time to help you turn your program around in 3 years. I need to win 20 games. I need to get into the tournament. I need to have people's eyes on me because I'm out of here after a year. I'm out of the year. We had a question on service dogs because it's Bark in the Park Day.
Yeah, so is it Daryl?
Yeah, it is Daryl. He said right here, gentlemen, regarding the service dogs, legally, if it's a real service dog, the person has to be given access. Bus, baseball stadium, virtually any
public accommodations.
Yeah. Last year when we won the Mariner tickets to the Dodger game, my service dog went with us and no one batted an eye. Service dogs, not comfort dogs or companion or any other of the wannabes. You can always ask the person what condition does the service dog address, and if they are legit, they'll be able to tell you. Interesting point, though, Rick. Thank you, Daryl, for that information. There you go. I actually sat next to a guy who had a service dog on an airplane.
Yeah?
And I was actually in the first seat of coach where you got a little more extra leg room.
Uh-huh.
I didn't have much leg room because that big golden retriever decided he was going to use my feet as his personal
pillow.
And you know what? I didn't have a problem with it.
I love golden retrievers.
He was a great dog.
I love it. They shed a little bit, but I love those dogs.
The guy said, he goes, hey, I'm just going to warn you now. This dog's a lover, so she's gonna be rubbing up against you. Though I was like, fine. I didn't have a problem with that. So there's the answer to the question.
Right.
I didn't know the answer to that question.
So, yeah, Dennis might not be able to turn away a dog on the bus tomorrow as long as it's a certified service animal.
Bring your papers because
I'm
asking
bring the papers.
for them.
Bring the papers.
Well, you can't get on the bus if you don't bring an ID.
Nobody can.
So nobody can. You got to be 21. You got to have an ID. So if you're going to bring your service dog, make sure you got your papers. There you go. Thanks for that update, Darryl. We appreciate that. All right, we're going to take a time out. It's Patchin and Lukens here in the Frostbrew Coors Light Studio, 700 ESPN, 105.3 FM. Steve, you ready to go?
Sure.
All right, we're going to play buy or sell next. 244-ESPN, 509-244-3776. Give Steve a call. We need a couple of callers. 244-ESPN, 509-244-3776. It is brought to you by Dynamic Decks, custom decks built right. I got one at my house. Get one at yours. 244-ESPN, 509-244-3776. Also, just a reminder, don't forget, ladies, it's a girls' weekend in Vegas. Tell your gal pals to pack their bags. Get your rat pack together. You're heading to Vegas. 4-day, 3-night trip. Hotel and flights valued up to $4,000. 3 of your girlfriends and you go to Vegas, ladies. The contest runs through May 12th and is brought to you by the Coeur d'Alene Casino Resort Hotel. Winning is closer than you think. Buy or sell, brought to you by Dynamic Decks. Coming up next, it's Patchin and Lukens here in the Frostbrew Coors Light Studio, 700 ESPN, 105.3 FM.
Does Arby's have the best meats? Yes. Does Arby's have the most interesting sauces? Yes. Does Arby's have the most famous bread? No. That honor belongs to King's Hawaiian Buns, which are now on 3 new sandwiches at Arby's. So let's try this again. Does Arby's have the most famous bread? Yes. Yes, we do. Arby's new King's Hawaiian sandwiches. Arby's, we have the meats.
At participating Arby's for a limited time.
Brock and Salk, weekday morning 7 to 10.
I'm glad you bring up the idea of comfort because that comes back to the first part of this. Can everybody hang out together? Does everyone feel comfortable? Why does it matter? I know I've said this a million times on the show before, but just go back to my own experiences playing pickup basketball throughout my life. When I felt like the other people on the team thought I was a decent player, I played really well. And when I played with a new group and they looked at me and they were like, 5'10", you stink, I played that way.
Don't miss Brock and Salk.
Come home to Coeur d'Alene Casino and celebrate April by playing dirty. Because you can mud it up in April with our $70,000 Play Dirty giveaway. 15 people will win $1,000 in cash. And on April 27th, 2 players will win either a Polaris Razor UTV or a pair of Honda dirt bikes. Earn entries now when you play with your Core Rewards card. Only at Coeur d'Alene Casino.
Today, business happens here, and virtually anywhere. Because today, innovative companies are reinventing the way business happens. And they need people who can keep up. With the expertise and technology to get packages to over 150 million delivery points. So, who can help you deliver the future of commerce? The United States Postal Service. See why we deliver more e-commerce packages to homes than anyone at USPS.com/future.
Napa know-how. This month, get a 5-quart jug of Napa Full Synthetic Motor Oil plus a Napa Platinum Oil Filter for $21.98. That's a pretty unbelievable deal. But trust us, it's totally real, but only for a limited time. So get Napa Full Synthetic and a Napa Platinum Oil Filter for $21.98 today. Quality parts, helpful people. That's Napa know-how. Napa know-how. General states pricing. Sales prices do not include applicable state, local taxes, or recycling fees. Offer ends 4/30/19.
Get an early look at the 2019 Eastern Eagle football team Saturday, April 27th during the annual Red-White Spring Football Scrimmage at Roos Field, starting at noon with free admission. Then stick around for the 38th annual Orland Killen Dinner, Dance, and Auction. Enjoy lobster, New York steak, and all-you-can-eat hors d'oeuvres and adult beverages. Social hour begins at 4:30. Dinner at 6, a live auction at 7 with music and dancing following. All proceeds benefit Eagle Athletics. For more information or to register for the event, go to goeags.com.
KXLX Airway Heights, Spokane.
2 names that mean local sports. Local sports. Patchin and Lukens. Weekdays at 3 on 700 ESPN and 105.3 FM.
Here he is, the most dangerous man on radio, Steve the Wingman.
It's time for Steve the Wingman's Buy or Sell.
The Wingman.
Buy or Sell is sponsored by Dynamic Decks. Custom decks built right.
Have a dynamic day. Yeah.
Hey everybody, I'm Steve the Wingman.
Hide the women and children.
Write that down, Steve.
Steve the Wingman. 700 ESPN, 105.3 FM. Patchin and Lukens, the Frostbrew Coors Light Studio. It's time to play Dynamic Decks. Buy or sell. Dynamic Decks, custom decks built right. Steve, your daughter cracks me up every Friday. I'm just telling you right now. Makes me laugh harder every time.
And it doesn't change from week to week. It's just the same funny every week.
It is. You could play that every day for a year, and I'd still smile. All right, Steve, you ready to rock and roll?
You betcha.
All right, we're ready on callers. We're good to go there. So
Yes.
without further ado.
No more ado.
No more ado.
So excited.
Rick Lukens, buy or sell pastrami?
That's a lukewarm buy. A nice lean pastrami is okay. I have many things I would prefer in deli meats other than pastrami. Roast beef and turkey would certainly be in front. Corned beef might be, but I don't mind a nice pastrami.
How about
it's okay.
How about tongue? Because you can get that. You can get that in a good deli in New York.
Yeah, tongue gets a bad rap, but I would put it below pastrami.
Okay. All right. Okay. I see that as on the next week's Open. Tongue gets a bad rap.
No tongue. It's a line from Young Frankenstein. No tongue.
When I was a kid, they used to have tongues in the meat counter, in the meat case. I never saw anybody buy one, but you could go and rub the tongue. And the back of the cow tongue is rough. Yeah, exactly.
It's gross. It's really
it
gross.
is.
Oh, Rick Lukens.
You know how when they're carving the turkey and some people say, "Give me the skin," they never say that with tongue.
No, they do not. No, they don't.
Okay.
They
Anyway, go ahead.
Rick, buy or sell toothpicks?
They serve their purpose in so many ways. I'm going to buy them. Toothpicks are so versatile. And I think, down the list of ways is actually using them to pick teeth. There are so many things you can use toothpicks for. I buy them.
Okay. Yeah. Buy or sell using talk to text?
I buy it, but man, sometimes it's a pain. But I buy it because it's handy when I'm in a hurry or something like that. And especially if I'm texting someone I know, so that even if it misreads my voice a little bit, the person will be able to understand what I'm saying. I don't mind sending them a screwed up text because they'll be able to figure it out. So I'm buying it. I think it's a great thing. And hopefully, as phones get better, the actual voice recognition gets a little better.
Technology and stuff.
That's it right improves. There. Yeah.
Rick, buy or sell? I've lied about my age.
I buy. I completely buy that. When I was younger, trying to get into R-rated movies. Heck yes. I mean, I did this one time. I had read cover to cover in like 2 weeks, 3 weeks. I'm like 15 years old. I read The Godfather cover to cover. And if you've ever read The Godfather and then saw the movie, okay, the R-rated stuff is way bigger in the book than it is in the movie. Believe me, it is, okay? Yet they wouldn't let me in to see the movie. Two of my sisters took me to see it. My parents wouldn't take me. They said, if you can get in with your sisters, you can go. And so I even did something where I put like lifts in my shoes so I would look taller, and I could not get in to see The Godfather. It was a couple years later when I turned 17, I finally got to see The Godfather, which is the greatest movie ever made. But I certainly lied about my age. They said, how old are you? I'm 17 and a half. I was 15.
21.
Yeah, exactly. So I have lied about my age, increasing it. I don't know if I've ever lied decreasing my age. I don't think I have.
You haven't lied in the last 10 years about your age?
I don't think I have, no.
Okay.
I can't even imagine a scenario where I would. Anyway.
All right, Rick, final question. You're going to know this song pretty quickly.
Good.
But I want you to buy or sell this version of
Baby Shark. Okay,
close.
Go ahead. Oh, yeah.
You know what song this is?
I do.
I
do right now.
I can't give you a name.
Okay, Dennis, what is it?
It's Thunderstruck.
Yes.
Oh, yeah. Right.
AC/DC.
What instrument do you think this is?
I know.
Is it a synthesizer?
Nope.
It's a banjo.
Is it, I was going to say banjo. That
with some
seemed too
spoons
obvious.
there.
In the middle of a railroad track.
Yeah.
So this is a group called. It's got nothing to do with me. It's Stephen the Seagulls.
Wow.
And it's a bunch of dudes standing around with no shirts on, with overalls, covering covering themselves on the top is all.
Yeah.
With banjos and spoons and an anvil and a wrench and a tall bass and what is that?
That's
What is-
blocking the lower parts of their body, or what?
What's that?
What's covering the lower parts of their body? The instruments.
No.
Okay.
The overalls.
Oh, I see. Okay. All
You
right.
know the
All right.
overalls.
I
they don't go.
misunderstood. Okay.
Yeah. I was gonna say a word, but I thought, well,
Yeah.
I don't know. I could
All right.
probably say that word, but I don't want to say that
So
word.
they basically look like a bunch of hillbillies sitting on a porch playing music.
Kind
Yeah.
of.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. That's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah. So what did you think of that?
Am I buying or selling that?
That version of it.
I'm buying it. I thought
Okay.
it was awesome. No, I loved it. I thought it was great.
I just ran across it yesterday on the Facebook, and thought, well, that's. I mean, I love that song, and I've heard many different versions of it, and I love every different version. But the thing that caught me was I actually understood the lyrics. I'd never because
Oh,
the
yeah, right.
the AC/DC version
yeah, absolutely.
is
Yeah. Yeah.
like I don't know what he's saying
I
there.
really
He's just
never had any
screaming.
use
It
for
sounds
that.
awesome. I understand when he goes fantastic.
Yeah.
Like I know that, but the rest of it, I don't know what he's saying. So I heard this guy. He's enunciating his words, Danny. Dun, dun, and I knew what he said. It was really weird, but so you're buying that.
Oh yeah, I like it a lot. I
Okay.
like it when somebody takes a song and it's out of their genre of music, but they nail it. You know, I remember what Van did Van Halen do a version of did they do Happy Trails? It was they kind of
Well, I
did it
don't
in a funny way.
remember
I know they did the old Hank Williams song "Move It On Over." Came in last night about 10:30. Okay, anyway.
George Thorogood did that song too.
Okay, anyway, I love it when
Looks
somebody
like
does
Van
that.
Halen may have done.
I think they
Happy
did.
Trails.
I think they did Happy Trails, and it was Thorogood who did Move It On Over.
Mhm.
Anyway, I love that. It works for me, so I totally buy it.
Okay, very good.
Steve, just in case you're wondering,
Yes.
79 million people have viewed that on YouTube.
Wow.
Thunderstruck by Stephen the Seagull.
I've got 80 million views.
Oh,
so
do
I
you?
mean,
Okay.
even just in the time, I don't know. I mean, I do have 80 million views on the one I'm looking at. So it's but apparently it's been there for like nearly 5 years.
Yeah.
4.5 years.
2014.
Yeah. So, anyways, but it was the first time I heard it was yesterday.
Off their Farm Machine album, just saying.
That's a great album. Go pick that up.
I got it at home in vinyl and on DVD.
Dennis Patchin.
Sell!
Selling yourself today.
Yep, sell all day.
All right.
I got a big weekend. Not much time to do much of anything.
Yeah, I'm not going to try to talk you out of that.
Okay, all right.
Buy or sell pastrami?
I'm selling. Not a pastrami guy. I'm just apologize, but I'm
I
not.
don't like that
You don't have
peppery
to
beef.
apologize.
I maybe I just haven't had great pastrami. The pastrami I've had has got kind of a mushy feel to it in my
Right.
mouth. I'd much rather have roast beef. I'd much rather have salami.
You okay with prosciutto?
I'd much rather prosciutto, but you can't eat prosciutto like in a sandwich.
No.
But it's just something about pastrami. No, I got to sell it.
Selling it. All right.
I'd rather have pastrami than corned beef, though.
I take corned beef just over pastrami.
Yeah,
actually.
to me, it's no, I'm not. No, thank you.
Okay. Dennis, buy or sell toothpicks?
This is interesting. I would buy toothpicks general. I'm selling toothpicks for their intended use. To pick something out of
Picking
your
something
teeth,
out of your teeth, yeah.
it doesn't work quite. I'd rather use a straw, or those actual little flosser things.
I buy them. The brand name is Plackers that I buy.
Yeah,
yeah. There's a little thing with a little bit of floss on it,
and it's got a thinner thing that you can poke stuff out.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah. So, but toothpicks, you can build houses with them. You can do all kinds of stuff. So, generally, I'll buy them, Steve. But I'm not buying them for their intended use.
Okay. You can build houses with them and bridges and skyscrapers. It's awesome.
Yeah,
Dennis, buy or sell, talk to text.
I'm selling. I understand. I'm buying it for what it's used for, so you're not picking up your cell phone, but it never comes out right. You have to talk so slow, period, and not talk very fast at all. Period. No, I'm selling.
There have been times when it won't get a word right, and it's not like I'm in a hurry. So I'm trying to say it in ways to get it to say the right words rather than what it wants to say.
Yeah.
And I'm enunciating, and by the end of it, I'm screaming it, which it's not going to understand that at all.
I was trying to send a text to my wife. I was driving to Coeur d'Alene the other day, and I did it. It didn't work. I did it again. It didn't work. I did it again. It didn't work. I pulled over on the pulled off the interstate, pulled up on the ramp, and finished texting it because I had to finish to get to the text before I got there. And it was just like I was screaming at my phone. You stupid phone! Don't put this crap on there anymore. No, I'm selling it.
Okay. Dennis, buy or sell, I've lied about my age.
See, here's the crazy thing is when I was growing up, Idaho, the drinking age was 19. So you really didn't have to lie to legally drink when you were in college. I mean, everybody by the time they ended their freshman year was could legally drink. So I never did lie about my age. And I was the oldest of my two brothers, so I never had an older brother or sister who could take me to an R-rated movie. In fact, I'm surprised your sisters even considered taking you to an R-rated movie, Rick.
Why? They liked me. I was there.
That's not what they told me.
I was their cool big brother who couldn't get into The Godfather.
No, I have never lied about my age.
I'm sorry, little brother.
Yeah. No, so no, I never saw a need to do it. Never had a fake ID when I was in high school. My wife did. She had her sister's driver's license.
Oh,
and
yeah.
Her and her sister look a lot alike. Okay?
Oh.
Yeah. Good for my wife.
There you go.
Nope. Sell.
Okay, Dennis, buy or sell this version of Thunderstruck. I was caught in the middle of a railroad track, and I was like, what did he say? Is that really what the guy says? And I went and listened, and I was like, well, I guess so. I never understood the lyrics to this song before. What do you think of this, Dennis?
For entertainment purposes, I'm buying it. If you gave me the album, I don't think I'd play it very often.
Yeah.
It's for a conversation piece. 5 guys from Finland.
Yeah, Finland. There you go.
Yeah, you can tell they're from Finland because all of them have a bunch of K's and a bunch of I's in their names.
Yeah. It's got a driving beat and you can dance to it. I give it an 85.
Okay. Okay. Well, see, they can't really pronounce the names correctly, but that's okay. They also have done some Guns N' Roses stuff.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm gonna have to delve in a little more into the Steve and the Seagulls, into their discography, see what they got. All right.
Give Me All Your Lovin'. Wasn't that a Steve Winwood song?
Give me all your lovin'. No, ZZ Top?
I don't know. Their playlist is extensive, and I don't think any of them is theirs.
Just a bunch of covers.
Yeah, it's bunch of hillbilly Finnish guys. Because that's what they look like. They don't look like they're from Finland. They look like they're from Georgia or Alabama.
You said it, not me.
That's all right.
I
they
agree,
look like
though.
5 good old boys on the back porch just picking and a grinning.
Yeah. Picking and a grinning.
Yeah, they look like they're right out of hee-haw. Nothing wrong with that, Steve.
I guess not. Not technically.
No, there's nothing wrong with that.
All right. Thank you, Dennis Patchin.
You got it.
Steve the Wingman, let's do a little buying and some selling. Pastrami. Yes, I love pastrami. Yeah, that is my favorite, cured meat.
Okay.
Really?
Yes. Like turkey is so dumb and gross. Roast beef, I can never get any good roast beef. Corned beef is all right, but it's always served with like sauerkraut, and that's kind of gross. So, but I love pastrami, man. Gosh, dang, it's so good. Tasty. Toothpicks. Buy or sell the toothpicks. I'm buying them. Not necessarily for the picking of teeth. At this point, I use the little flosser, the plastic flosser. So,
Yeah.
That's
an
upgrade
floss,
over toothpicks.
Made the toothpick obsolete for picking teeth,
Yeah.
I think. Yeah.
Amen to that. I agree.
But toothpicks are super handy for, golly, what was I? Oh, one of my coffee cups. I was trying. There's just this tiny little rim in my travel mug that I couldn't really get cleaned, and I just grabbed a toothpick and cleaned that right out.
Hors d'oeuvres, when you got
you
got the little plate
Yeah.
of meatballs and you want to stab a meatball and eat it. Boom, toothpick.
You could build houses with them and
Yeah.
everything. I mean, they're so useful.
I got 437,000 of those little boxes coming to my house, Steve. I'm building an addition out of my garage.
Out of toothpicks?
One at a time.
Talk to text. I'm selling it. It's not for me. I've tried it, and like Rick says, I end up. I feel like, I don't know. You push the button, and pastrami is a meat product, usually made from beef, and I just feel like a dummy, talking to my phone like that. So I just don't do it. So I'm selling the talk to text. I get it, but it's not for me. I've lied about my age. I guess I don't think that I have. I did sneak into Terminator 2 at the Lion Cinema back. So, I mean, I was like going into the 9th grade maybe.
Did you lie,
I wasn't old
or
enough.
did you just
I think
snuck
we,
in?
we bought tickets for The Land Before Time, and you just went into the different theater.
Yeah, see, you did. That wasn't lying about your age. That was doing the old switcheroo.
I didn't have to lie. We just
I
don't know, and I don't know that I ever lied about my age. So I'm gonna sell that, and then I dig this version, man. I love this song. There's a guy that plays it on his guitar, but like it's I don't know enough terminology about guitars. It's got strings up top and strings up on bottom. It's got like two necks, and he's just, doing this whole Thunderstruck thing. One guy on this goofy guitar. I was listening to some like weird cello thing, and that was kind of cool. Yeah, it's just a cool groove, man. So I just love this song. So I will I'll buy the Finnish band Stephen the Seagulls and this version. Thunder. All right, so we've got a couple of folks waiting on the phone line today. I think we'll go and see what they have to say for themselves. The first competitor is...
Hey! Wow!
You're a first-time caller. A first-time caller. First-time caller. Just turn your radio down. No swearing allowed. Speak clearly into the phone. And make mama proud.
Yeah.
Have to say thank you to this gentleman for his 20 years of service in the Air Force. But now he is retired and back in Spokane. Hello, Matt.
What's up, Matt?
How you doing, gentlemen?
Matt,
all right.
Matt, thank you for your service.
It was my pleasure.
Where was your best duty station?
I pretty much half of my career I spent overseas, so all of those were great. But I got the privilege to spend 3 years with the United States Air Force Thunderbirds.
Oh, wow.
I got to see all over the United States and meet a lot of cool people. So that's probably my best assignment.
Were you on the support crew or were you in the cockpit?
Oh no, I was a crew chief by trade. So
cool. Very cool.
Did the support roles my first 2 years, and then my third year I was actually out on the show line. If you ever went to the show, the guys that actually do the ground portion of the demonstration.
I've seen the show.
I was the number 4 DCC.
Nice.
That's pretty cool.
Wow. Awesome. Well, hey, thank you, Matt, for calling in. I feel like I need a poster of you on the wall or something next to the Steve Largent. Anyway, appreciate your service, Matt. Let's do some buying and some selling here. What are your thoughts on pastrami?
So, pastrami is a soft buy, all right? 'Cause by itself, I can't stand it. But with other meats, like when you make a man sandwich, I can get in on some pastrami.
Okay.
Oh, that's pretty cool. But that's Lukens not going to be in on that. A little meat on meat on meat on
that's
meat.
okay because they're the same texture. If it's all deli meat, that's all. Yeah, that's all.
So
the same
that's
texture.
acceptable.
Yeah, that's perfectly fine.
So a man sandwich, it's okay, but on its own, you're not thinking.
Man
so.
sandwiches are awesome.
All right.
Yeah.
All right, Matt. Buy or sell toothpicks?
See, I'm the opposite of all you guys. I'm selling toothpicks. The flosser, I gotcha. It was great. But toothpicks in and of itself, no. I hard sell.
Hey, wow, hard sell. All right. Matt, buy or sell talk to text?
So, a lot like the nuclear bomb, that is something that I wish the world could take back. Talk to text is the most annoying thing on the face of the planet. Like you guys have been talking about, you're either screaming and yelling at your phone looking like a complete idiot or getting messages that make no sense. And my wife loves it. I get the most incoherent sentences on my phone at least once a day that I couldn't, so that's a hard sell.
Okay. Pineapple chicken fingers? What is she trying to say here? I don't even understand that. What does that mean?
Exactly.
Matt, buy or sell? I've lied about my age.
So, coming from tech school to our first, what we called hot training, where you got to work on live jets for the first time, we stopped in Flagstaff, Arizona, me and all the guys that were in my class. And I did procure a identification that had an incorrect age, so I will have to buy that one.
Okay. You just accidentally had the incorrect age, and then you just took advantage of it, right? You didn't know it was going to.
Me and my friend accidentally swapped IDs. I don't know how it happened, but
yeah.
Okay.
Purely accidental.
I was able to get into an establishment that sold alcoholic beverages.
Gotcha.
Just a complete mix-up.
Yeah.
What it was.
Fell on the ground.
So that's the one and only time.
And then finally, Matt, what do you think of this Steve and the Seagulls Thunderstruck thing here?
Yeah, you don't have to play it again. That they destroyed the original. That horrible. I wanted to put earmuffs on as soon as he started playing it.
Earmuffs?
That's a sell.
Really? Selling it?
Hey, we didn't say we wanted to replace it. We just said it was an interesting version.
But, okay, so if you had the original version and that on your phone right now and said, hey, I got to play this song, which one would you go to?
Oh, I'd play the original version right now.
I might go to that one.
Just for
Well,
today?
there you go.
Yeah.
No, but tomorrow you wouldn't dial it up.
Maybe not. Maybe not.
Sorry, Matt. Did
All
disappoint
right.
you.
Sorry. Sorry about that earmuff moment there for you, buddy.
Just got to remember, though, this guy's been working on jets for 20 years. I'm not sure he hears real well right now. Just saying.
By the way, Jack
That's
wants.
only where my wife is concerned, guys.
Oh, there you go.
Jack on the text line wants us to know, and he wants Matt to know that there's a former Thunderbird pilot who actually lives in Spokane. So that's pretty cool, too.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. I'm not going to say his name because I don't want to out him. Maybe he don't want to be a rock star or something. But
dude, if I was a Thunderbird pilot,
I'd be telling everybody.
I would tell
people
everybody.
buying you drinks everywhere.
Dude,
Yeah.
I'd have a picture of myself in the plane on my front yard.
All right. Well, thank you again, Matt. You have a great weekend.
You too, gentlemen. Take care.
All right. Yeah, good first time call there.
Yep. So Matt with the first time call, and we've got a multiple time caller here to round things out on the buy and the sell. He's going over to see the Mariners tomorrow against the Houston Astros because this guy is true to the blue. It's Corey.
Hey, Corey, what's up, man?
Corey.
Yes, Dennis. Are you okay?
Yeah, no, I saw your tweet today. You're counting down to graduation to get your master's degree.
Yes, sir. I have already finished in December, but I'm going to walk across the stage very soon.
Nice.
Good for
pretty
you.
Cool.
Congratulations.
Good for you. Congratulations, man. We got some high guys on this show. We
Got some achievers.
We got a guy who just spent 20 years in the military. Corey's in the military as well, and he's getting his master's. Holy cats!
I'm just trying to improve my life, guys. I'm just the guy working hard.
Look at this guy. You deserve one of these.
There you go.
Just working hard.
That was a
All
Russell
right.
Wilson thing right there.
All right, you're the blue, Corey. Thanks for calling.
Yeah, that. Hey, Rick, I got a quick question. If the moon was made of pastrami, would you eat it?
Oh, I'd take a bite, but I wouldn't eat the whole thing.
You got the reference?
Moon was made of cheese. Would you eat it?
Oh, okay. Yeah. I didn't even go there, Corey.
No, he didn't.
Nice job.
Saturday Night Live. Come on.
Yeah.
All right, Corey. Buy or sell pastrami?
A slight buy. It is not my favorite, but it's okay.
Okay.
Soft.
I don't want to. I could just repeat everything that Rick said. I mean, it's decent. I like other ones better. You know, I'm just saving a little time.
Right.
All right. What about toothpicks?
Useful, functional. I don't use them as much as you probably can use them, but yeah, I'll buy it.
Buy it. Okay. How about talk to text?
Well, I think the last caller was exaggerating in how bad it is and how unuseful it is. I enjoy it a lot, but maybe the people on the other side of my text don't enjoy it as much as I do. I think it's great, and I think that if you're texting, the grammar should not be the first issue. I think that the first issue is, do you understand the point of the text, and are you getting the information?
Sure.
I think people are grammar police in the wrong parts of life.
Wow.
That's the point of it. That's the point. Well, that's the point of a text. You're just trying to get whatever information across to the person to do whatever you need to do. You know, you're not writing an essay to turn into grad school to your brother.
No.
You know.
Right.
Says you. I might be. You never know.
Well, I'm just saying that because Double Eagle James is the grammar police on my text.
Oh,
okay.
Now it makes sense. Gotcha.
It comes full circle.
Double Eagle James. Yep. Hey, True the Blue, Corey. So you're buying that, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Buy or sell? I've lied about my age. This is a tiebreaker.
Well, I'm going to say buy, and more often than not, it was probably my parents lying about me and my brother's ages for free meals at Old Country Buffet or at whatever location that a certain age needed. And then if you got too old, they probably just said,
children
no,
under 6 dine free, right?
Under 12 and under get in free, yeah.
Tonight you have my permission to act like an 8-year-old.
You know
exactly.
what?
I turned 30 yesterday, but I think I'm still 12 at the buffets, right?
Just yesterday?
Yesterday, I heard you said, congratulated me on the intro in the morning on your, I don't know what they call it, but your little 1-minute snippet in the morning.
What?
So, someone said that someone from 700 said happy birthday to True to the Blue or Corey or something. I don't know.
Might have been on a promo.
Oh, okay.
That's what the promo, yeah. I don't know, but yeah, yesterday.
Oh, yeah,
30.
no, totally. And did you get my gift? I sent you a really nice gift, too. And a cake
you're
and stuff.
So nice.
I know.
Out of all of you, I would believe you the most. You got me a gift.
Yeah, well, good for you, Corey, because there's no way I'm sending you anything. I'm just telling you that. Right
Dennis,
now.
that's what I'm saying. Dennis would not give me a gift.
Yeah, no, he would. If there was something from me in a box with my name on it, he would run away. He wouldn't open it.
Yep.
He'd send it. Return to sender.
Return to sender.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm just glad I still get the call.
There you go.
To our recently birthday boy Corey, what are you thinking of this?
I'll give him a buy for the originality and the skill of making it sound so close. And yeah, it's a decent version of it.
Okay.
And I will also agree with Steve that most of the time had no clue what they were actually saying.
Yeah.
And I would just pretend like I was making the right noises.
Yeah, I had no idea what the lyrics were. All right, well, Safe travels to T-Mobile Park. Enjoy the game tomorrow. And happy birthday yesterday.
Westbound right now, so here we go.
Well, we should have done this segment, Talks to Text, is what we should have done then.
That would have been really hard.
Yeah, no kidding. All right, thanks, man.
Thanks,
Enjoy
Corey.
the game.
Have a good day.
That's Corey, true to the blue.
All right, we're buying pastrami 4-1. We're buying toothpicks 4-1. We're selling the Talk to Text 3-2. We're buying that we've lied about our age 3-2. And we bought that goofy little version of Thunderstruck with a banjo and an anvil and a wrench and spoons by the Finnish band Steve and the Seagulls. We bought that 4-1. Matt needs earmuffs, though. He doesn't want everyone to hear that again.
How come it's not Peaky and the Seagulls, like P-E-K-K-I, because they're from Finland? I don't believe anybody from Finland is named Steve.
You don't think so?
No. I don't know any Steves that are Finnish.
Oh, it's funny because, I mean, I know some guys named Peter who are American.
Do
so,
you?
Yeah, okay.
Okay.
Or Lars.
Lars,
you know,
okay.
There are Lars
Sure.
people. Okay, so why can't there be a Steve in Finland?
I don't know. I've never met one. I've never seen one. I've went through a lot of Finnish hockey rosters. I've never seen Steve. Hey, the dude playing left wing wearing number 9 is Steve.
Steve Bingen-Jortsen.
Steve Kokeman. Kokaninian. All right. That is Buy or Sell. We play it every Friday with Steve the Wingman driving the bus. I thought you were going to play more songs from those guys, Steve.
I hadn't even thought of looking into their other songs. I was just fascinated by this song, this version of this song.
There's an interesting version of Guns N' Roses' Paradise City that they did that's on YouTube. So check it out in the break. I can't read that. All right. We'll read a couple of your texts. 315-7833, 315-7833. We'll read some of that. We come back. Plus, we'll give you the word of the day worth 50,000 bonus points. It's Patchin and Lukens in the Frost Brewed Coors Light Studio, 700 ESPN, 105.3 FM.
Here's Matt Shubb, owner of Dynamic Decks.
Once we show up on your deck, we're on your deck. We don't start a project and go off and start several projects at the same time. So once we show up in your yard and tear out your deck, we're there until it's finished. We try and come in on a Friday, get it out, and then have materials delivered, usually on that Friday, and then on a Monday we're in there and we're putting it back together, and hopefully you're barbecuing on that thing the next weekend. So it's a nice, smooth process, and it usually takes about a week. It's hard to get return business because most people build one deck every, these decks are going to last 25, 30, 40 years, but we do get a lot of referral business and a lot of second homes, or they build another deck on the front of the house instead of the back of the house. So yeah, we do get a lot of return business, which is great.
Custom decks built right. Dynamic Decks. Visit them online, dynamicdecksinc.com, or phone 464-3325. Dynamic Decks.
Buses and trucks require extra turning room. They swing wide, or may even initiate a turn from a middle rather than far right lane. If a truck or bus has its turn signal on, never try to squeeze by it or get between them and the curb. When you stop at an intersection, never block the box or stop in front of the line, as buses and trucks require that space to complete turns safely. This message brought to you by the Spokane Police Department with help from TACT and the Federal Motor Carrier Safety Administration.
Get your game face on because Drive Green demo days are back. Come test drive the latest equipment. Attendees who register and are 18 or older will receive coupons for $500 off a 1 through 5 series John Deere tractor, $200 off turf and utility equipment, plus savings on parts and attachments. Drive Green, don't miss it. Some conditions apply. Drive Green event dates vary by participating dealer. Please see your local participating dealer for restrictions and to learn when these offers will expire.
Come into your local Pape Machinery Ag and Turf store April 11th through the 13th, 2019. Learn more at papemachinery.com.
Cougar football hosts the Crimson and Gray Spring Football Game Saturday, April 20th at Martin Stadium with kickoff at 1 p.m. Kids, stop by Cougville featuring inflatable games and the Junior Cougar Kids Club table. Adults, make sure to purchase your 2019 football tickets before stopping by the beer garden. Following the game, fans will have a chance to meet their favorite Cougs on the field during an autograph session. Tickets start at just $5, with all proceeds going to the Cougar Health Fund. For more information, visit WSUCougars.com.
As soon as we're back out in our yard, we get company.
dandelions, lurking crabgrass, and wheat-thin grass. But Scott's Turf Builder Triple Action takes care of them all. Now, with one bag, you can kill weeds, prevent crabgrass for up to 4 months, and feed for greener grass. Triple Action, so your lawn thrives, guaranteed. Only from Scott's.
Weeds aren't welcome here.
This is a Scott's Yard. Pick up a bag of Scott's Triple Action today.
I'm Rocky Moselle with StarRegistry.com. Since we were children, we've been told to reach for the stars. It was great advice. Now it's a great gift. Name a star after someone. For $54 and a call to 800-282-3333 or visit StarRegistry.com, we will name a star after someone very special to you and send an incredible personalized gift. The new star name will be recorded in book form in the U.S. Copyright Office. Call the Star Registry, 800-282-3333 or visit StarRegistry.com for the hottest gift.
Don't miss the Spokane Speed and Custom Show indoors at the Spokane Fair and Expo Center this Friday through Sunday. The coolest cars, trucks, motorcycles, and more. Details on Facebook or at SpokaneSpeedAndCustomShow.com.
The Spokane Chiefs will have the brooms out tonight. I'm Dennis Patchin with his Coors Light, 700 ESPN, 105.3 FM Spokane Sports Center. Up 3 games to none, the Chiefs can sweep the second-round playoff series with Everett tonight with a win in Game 4. The puck drops in the arena for the first time at 7. Thanks to a solo home run from Daniel Vogelbach in the 10th, the Mariners 7-6 winners over Kansas City on Thursday. With a victory, the Mariners sweep the 4-game series with the Royals and win 6 of 7 on the road trip. Mariners, who have hit a home run in a Major League record 15 games to start the season, will host the Astros in the first of a 3-game series. First pitch tonight at 7:10. College baseball tonight. Washington State will be at home this weekend. The Cougars start the first of a 3-game series with the Oregon Ducks. And Gonzaga on the road this weekend. They'll be in the Northwest starting a 3-game series at Portland tonight. This 700 ESPN, 105.3 FM Spokane Sports Center is brought to you by Frost Brewed Coors Light, Spokane's most refreshing beer.
Back to the Frost Brewed Coors Light Studio on 700 ESPN and 105.3 FM.
ESPN, 105.3 FM. Is this Stephen the Seagulls playing hot for teachers?
Yes, it is.
There you go. Sounds a lot.
The banjos
like
and
Van
spoons and
Halen.
anvils.
I can see Miss Davis dancing right now.
Miss Davis?
That's from Varsity Blues.
Oh, okay. All right.
Hot for teacher playing in the background.
Did you have a teacher in high school that could have?
Yes.
I think everybody had one.
2 maybe.
I was at a small school. We only had one. Miss Young was her name. First-year teacher. She was like 24.
Yeah. There you go. Shouldn't be allowed.
She threw me a great. She saved me one time. I'm just telling you that right now. I got a grade in her class I never deserved. Word of the day today. It's worth 50,000 bonus points. Today is licorice. Today is National Licorice Day. Did you know that?
I didn't.
Well, now you do. Licorice is the word of the day. Type it in, 700ESPN.com, and you will receive the word of the day, and you'll receive your 50,000 bonus points. We got a text. I got to read it. From somebody, it said, hey, I can only listen till 4:30 today. What's the word of the day?
Licorice.
What's after 4:30?
Oh.
He sent us a text because he can't listen anymore.
Sorry about that.
Well, you know what? We don't give the text at the same time every day, Mike. Go pound sand's the word of the day. Sometimes we give it late, sometimes we give it early, sometimes we give it a bunch of times, sometimes we give it once.
Jim wants to know how Tiger Garbage Woods did on 18.
How many? Gosh, dang it, Jim! Oh, you're gonna send me through the roof.
Jim, he just missed a
We
birdie
had a nice shot on 18. Who gives a rip? He hasn't won a damn thing in 11 years.
He just missed a birdie. And
Jim, send me a text when he wins something, okay?
And he's 1 shot behind the leaders after 2 days.
I swear we've done this 11 years in a row. Hey, everybody, Tiger sure is looking good. Oh, man, through round one and round two, Tiger sure is looking good. He's finished fourth like 5 times in the last 11 years. Has he won it? No, it doesn't matter.
If he finishes fourth, that's actually pretty good. I mean, that means it's exciting right through the final round. That means he's in it, and it makes it more exciting right through the final round. So it does matter if he finishes fourth.
Yeah, sure it does, because people care who finishes fourth and stuff.
No, but if whoever won,
like, they don't even care who finishes fourth in the Olympics.
Had to
Rick.
contend with Tiger Woods on the final day. That makes it more fun.
You don't get anything for finishing fourth in the Olympics, Steve. You only get something.
That's
for
what
finishing
I'm
third.
saying. You don't get anything anywhere for finishing fourth. Nobody cares.
Yeah, you get a couple $100,000 at the Masters.
Oh, well, congratulations. To the guy that's already got $500 million and had to give half of it to his wife.
All right.
But, okay, he still got $250 million. So, yeah, congratulations on your $50,000 you got from the Masters for finishing fourth.
Yet when you say Tiger Woods is one shot off the pace going to Saturday at Augusta, the ratings will go up.
Oh, yeah, and ratings really matter.
Well, yeah, they kind of do. But the ratings indicate people watching, Steve. You know
that's really nifty,
works.
And I never give two rips about that.
Okay.
Right, but that also means
that a lot of people are interested.
Care, yes.
A lot of people are interested.
Right, people like to get whamboozled. They're going to get whamboozled again. Oh, look at Tiger's one shot off the lead going into Saturday at the Masters. And he's going to fall apart, and it's not going to matter. Or, ooh, it's nifty watching on Sunday through 13 holes, and then he falls apart and doesn't win, and some yahoo crackpot we've never heard of wins. Yay!
Okay,
But the ratings were great.
And here's the deal.
Well, that's great for Jim Nance.
Here's the deal.
And Vern Lundquist, but I don't care.
If it comes down to the 18th hole on Sunday, and Dustin Johnson drops Tiger Woods is already in, and it looks like it's going to be a playoff, except Dustin Johnson drops a 40-foot putt to beat Tiger by a stroke. Steve's going to say, see, I told you. He stinks. He's garbage. I told you.
I wouldn't do that, Rick. If someone made a miraculous thing to beat the guy in the clubhouse, no. I've got 11 years worth of evidence in my back pocket telling me that this guy is garbage. And it's not a team sport. It's not like Gonzaga or the Mariners or the Seahawks or any team sport where the personnel change and the coaching changes. This is one old guy just getting older that hasn't been good in over a decade.
Yet right now, he's one shot off the pace after 2 days at the Masters.
Right.
Steve,
and again, we played this game 15 times. Look at Tiger, 2 shots back at the British. Look at Tiger, 2 shots back at the U.S. Open.
Oh.
How many of those has he won? Zero.
Let's talk on Monday.
Can I just
We will.
Can I just say something
And he's
here?
not going to win.
Can I just say something here? Tiger Woods has, since he's won his last major, has had some years that he's been awful. Okay? He's had some years he's been hurt. He's had some years he's been awful. But he's had a couple of years where he's been pretty good and won tournaments. He just hasn't won a major tournament. So to say he's been garbage for 11 years is not necessarily a completely accurate statement. He's been non-Tiger-like for 11 years, what we come to expect from Tiger Woods. And you're right, Steve. But this is the network plays the Tiger Woods game because he is the draw that nobody else is in the game of golf right
Which
now.
is part of what drives me crazy. Because Brooks Koepka might be a way better golfer right now than Tiger Woods. And people should be losing their minds that Brooks Koepka is in line to win another major. And look at how good this guy is.
Right.
But no, anytime Tiger Woods does anything, it's just round-the-clock Tiger coverage.
See, but
and that drives me crazy because he hasn't done a damn thing.
So how are you with ESPN not showing all the baseball highlights on every sports center?
I don't watch ESPN anymore.
No,
They're
but
trash.
I'm saying the viewership has changed. Does anybody think the Kardashian family actually has any talent?
No, they're trash.
Okay, but anytime one of them does something, it's just the top of the food chain.
Right, and that's dumb.
No. I'm not disagreeing with you. I'm just saying that's what drives the needle. And if you're a television network and if you're a sport, you want somebody to drive your needle.
Yeah, I know. Television networks need something stupid to drive the rubes and the dopes to watch it. And so we put the Kardashians on, and we tell everyone that Tiger Woods is going to win another tournament this year.
Don't watch Saturday then. Don't watch Sunday then. Don't watch it if it drives you crazy. Just ignore it.
I may not, but that doesn't mean that it's not going to be the talk of the town or the talk of the sports world.
I understand that, Steve, but do you understand that the Mariners are 13-2 and have yet to lead SportsCenter at any point in time? If this was the New York Yankees or the Boston Red Sox, it'd be the lead story. It'd be the lead over the Lakers. Luke Walton fired today by the Lakers. It's not about the biggest story in sports anymore. It's about the biggest celebrity in sports or anything else. Our attention span is 8 seconds anymore. We're not going to sit through, the consumer's not going to sit through and wait 25 minutes to find out what Tiger Woods did today at the Masters. Just like they're not going to sit through and wait 25 minutes to see if the Yankees won. We're going to show you to you every 10 minutes. The Seattle Mariners the last 2 weeks have been the best story in sports, other than the crazy NCAA tournament. They're not getting any coverage. It's because they don't move the needle. Tiger moves the needle.
Or a story moves the needle. It doesn't have to be Tiger. I said Jack Nicklaus won in 1986. He was not the best golfer in the game in 1986.
No.
He was 46 years old.
But he was Jack Nicklaus.
He's Jack Nicklaus. That's what I'm saying. And so Jack Nicklaus winning that Masters in 86, if you look at the highlights they put together that they ran yesterday on here, it had like 3 moments from Jack Nicklaus in there when they were talking about greatest Masters moments. You think back a few years when Tom Watson, at the age of what?
60.
60, he almost won the British Open.
Mm-hmm.
That's one of the great stories of the year if he wins that. Doesn't mean he's one of the best golfers in the world.
No.
It means a guy who was great came out and played great for 4 days and achieved that glory that people remembered him by. That's the story with Tiger Woods.
But
yet the thing is that Tiger's still young enough that he can perpetuate this story. If he wins this weekend, he can actually perpetuate it.
He's also a guy who he's the one guy on the PGA Tour that has its own fan base, okay? If Tiger's in the contention on Sunday, there are people watching. If Tiger's not in contention, they're not watching no matter who else is doing anything.
And I will submit that if you really don't like Tiger Woods, you're watching because he's in it.
Yes, you're hoping he's not going to win.
Yeah.
When Tiger's on the leaderboard on Sunday, there are the lovers and there are the haters. And they're both there.
So it is a story. It's a huge story that Tiger Woods is 1 shot off the pace after 2 rounds of the Masters.
Got a couple of questions on the text line. We'll answer them next. It's Patchin and Lukens in the Frostburg Coors Light Studio, 700 ESPN, 105.3 FM.
Your local forecast brought to you by Wendell Ford, Wendell Nissan, and Wendell Pre-Owned. Over 500 vehicles in one location.
More wet weather is moving in for the first part of the weekend. Hi, it's Chris Crocker in the KXLY4 First Alert Weather Center. We may start the day off dry on Saturday, but the rain increases in the afternoon, so do the winds. A high temperature of only 51 degrees. Rain showers continuing through Saturday night. Looks like it might be dry Sunday.
Your local forecast brought to you by Wendell at the Y, online at wendell.com.
Out of my way! The Great Spokane Road Rally, benefiting Greater Spokane County Meals on Wheels, is on the road July 13th. The 3rd annual road rally, presented by our friends at Banner Bank, is a full day of cruising, fun challenges, and tasty barbecue, all while supporting seniors in our community. In 2018, Greater Spokane County Meals on Wheels delivered over 270,000 meals to seniors and disabled adults in their homes and at 12 senior dining locations across all 1,800 square miles of Spokane County. The Great Spokane Road Rally is Saturday, July 13th, 2019, and features a full day of fun, a silent auction, and barbecue. Commit to cruise today and support the seniors of Greater Spokane County Meals on Wheels. Make a difference in the lives of the vulnerable seniors and disabled adults right here in our own community with this fun-filled event. That's July 13th for the Great Spokane Road Rally. Get more info at SpokaneRoadRally.com.
The second annual Spokane Cougs First Show and After Party is Thursday, April 18th at the Davenport Grand from 4 to 10 p.m. With a special keynote from WSU President Kirk Scholes starting at 3. Meet him and AD Pat Chun at their booth. Come shop and taste Cougar-owned, managed, and affiliated businesses. It's free to attend and all are welcome. Register online at cougsfirst.org, then join us on April 18th at the Davenport Grand Hotel 4 to 10 p.m. Go Cougs!
Summer is right around the corner, and that means baseball. So here's the pitch. With Spokane Indians Youth Baseball, there's never been a better time for your child to play ball. Play ball! Spokane Indians Youth Baseball provides affordable, quality instruction for kids ages 4 to 15. Teams are forming now for baseball and softball. Register by May 16th for the summer season and get your son or daughter involved with America's favorite pastime. Visit SIYB.org and make summer a home run for your kids.
Our housing crisis, Unlock the Door Coalition, is working for progress. Habitat for Humanity, Washington Realtors, nonprofits including Homesite and Sidewalk, and the Building Industry Association of Washington are all working together. Tony Toe, Director, Homesite.
If I was talking to a legislator, I would say throw everything and a kitchen sink at this problem.
Member of Congress, Denny Heck.
We have too few houses of all kinds. We need to build more condominiums in the state. We also need more support for affordable housing. Our Unlock the Door Coalition wants the state legislature to act to make affordable housing for families across all income levels. We need to build more houses of all sizes and kind for all our neighbors.
Olympia is moving. In the next 2 weeks, legislators will consider whether to adopt an unprecedented agenda, making it easier to create more places for all of our neighbors to live. It's time for action. Paid for by Washington Realtors.
Fast, reliable internet. Is that important to your business?
We couldn't work without it.
At Comcast Business, we go beyond fast with amazing solutions and a great deal.
What kind of solutions?
Well, how about automatic 4G LTE backup for complete reliability?
I like the sound of that. What else?
Powerful Wi-Fi that keeps your employees connected, and bandwidth you can allocate between your customers and employees.
I didn't know Comcast Business did that.
Oh, I'm not done yet. Advanced voice solutions at affordable prices. How about business TV that keeps customers entertained?
Okay, I'm convinced. But didn't you say something about a great deal?
Right now, get started with 25 megabit internet and one voice line for $59.90 per month for 2 years. Call 1-800-501-6000 today. Comcast Business. Beyond fast.
Offer ends 5/21/19. Restrictions apply. New business customers only. 2-year agreement required. Early termination fee applies. Equipment taxes and fees extra subject to change. Backup limited to up to 8 hours.
Wendell Ford, Nissan, and pre-owned salespeople are experts, love their customers, and want to help you. Here's General Manager Shane Goff.
Looking for something new? Elton is an expert at helping customers find their new ride. This bad boy right here is the new 2019 Nissan Altima. She's been completely redesigned from the bottom up, and on top of that, for the first time ever in our Altimas, all-wheel drive. New tablet in the Nissan Altima touchscreen, Siri and Apple CarPlay ready, as well as Android Auto. It's awesome. Looking for a new ride? Then put us on your list.
At the Y or online at Wendell.com.
Looking for a new truck? Jeff knows trucks, and he'll help you find what you're looking for.
So I hear a lot of people tell me that they want a pickup truck, but they feel, 1, they can't afford it, 2, they can't get it into their garage. I think the Nissan Frontier is going to be the solution to that. With the Frontier, you also get heated seats, Nissan Connect with navigation and mobile apps. You get a mid-sized pickup that's in the right price range. It's a no-brainer.
We're locally owned, and that means something to our people and to us.
Wendell Ford, Nissan, and pre-owned at the Y or online at Wendell.com.
The Mariners just keep it rolling. I'm Dennis Patchin with Coors Light, 700 ESPN, 105.3 FM Spokane Sports Center. Thanks to 2 runs in the 9th and the game winner in the 10th, the Mariners 7-6 winners over Kansas City Thursday. With a pair of home runs in that game, the Mariners have now set a Major League record with a home run in 15 straight games to start the season. Mariners back home hosting the Houston Astros in the first of a 3-game series tonight. First pitch in Seattle is at 7:10. The Spokane Chiefs can send the Everett Silvertips on summer break tonight. Up 3-0. The Chiefs with a victory can advance to its first Western Conference final since 2011. Puck drops in the arena at 7. Ryan Murphy, who signed a letter of intent with Washington State when Ernie Kent was the basketball coach, has asked for his release. Last week, Murphy indicated on social media he was all in with new coach Kyle Smith, but apparently he's had a change of heart. This 700 ESPN 105.3 FM Spokane Sports Center is brought to you by Frost Brew Coors Light, Spokane's most refreshing beer.
Afraid to call? You can email the show at areyoukiddingme at 700ESPN.com.
700 ESPN 105.3 FM. It's Patchin and Lukens here in the Frost Brew Coors Light studio. Got a couple of questions to read on the text line, but some news in college basketball. While we keep hearing guys leaving, Marcus Howard is going back to Marquette. Wow. I think Marquette gets everybody back next season. He tweeted out today, unfinished business, looking forward to next season with his team. And there's a picture. Dear Marquette, I'm back. Sincerely, Marcus Howard.
Okay, there's a mid-major who might be figuring into things.
Don't call Marquette a mid-major. That you're going to get. You'll have to fight your way out of Milwaukee for that.
That's fine.
They're not. They're in that AAC, aren't they? No, they're in the Big East. You're going to call the Big East a mid-major?
I'm going to call Marquette a mid-major.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Just to tick them off, or their alums.
She's not listening yet. You got to give her 15 more minutes.
It's Friday.
Got a text from a first-time texter, Steve. Try pastrami on a cheeseburger. It's the bomb.
That's pretty good. I've had that.
Yeah, I've had that.
It's awesome. There is a burger place in Salt Lake City that's their specialty.
Okay.
Pastrami on a cheeseburger. And they've been in business for a long time. It's that and fry sauce, which I don't get. I don't get fry sauce.
Well, fry sauce is everywhere, but down in Salt Lake City, it's like some dude's fry sauce.
No, but I'm saying to me, that's where it came from.
Oh, okay.
But I don't get fry sauce.
It's all right.
I don't understand it. It's ketchup light, and I like ketchup. DJ said, "What's beers in your fridge?" Well, duh.
Frost Brew
Coors Light. Are you kidding me? That's a stupid question.
I'll admit I've got some other beer in my fridge. I've got Coors Banquet beer too.
I do too. I do too, because you know what I like to use Coors Regular on is when I smoke a brisket.
Oh yeah.
And instead of putting water or apple juice in, I use Coors. It has a great taste to it. Jim says, different Jim than the Jim who wanted to know how garbage Tiger Woods did. This is a different Jim. He said, Dennis is absolutely correct. Woods moves the needle. It's all about ratings. Golf needs somebody that moves the needle. Nobody else does it better than Tiger. Jerry also said, Steve, I sent that Tiger tweet in kidding and you went nuts. I agree with you. The coverage of him is nuts. Will he ever win a major? He said, we'll never win a major. Too many talented young guns. He
Thank
might.
heavens you're a reasonable man.
Jerry, you might be right. He may never win another major again. You know what the story of the today is? The headline at the Masters. Mm-hmm. Tiger Woods is one shot off the lead. That's the headline. That's story number one. If you watch the Golf Channel at the top of the hour, that's their story. If you watch ESPN Sports Center, their coverage of the Masters, that's their story. Tiger Woods is a different guy. He's Babe Ruth, he's Lou Gehrig, he's Mickey Mantle, he's Jack Nicklaus, he's Arnold Palmer, he's Michael Jordan. And that's why the story is so big today. And partially is, Steve, because he hasn't won anything. He hasn't won a major in 11 years. Laker J. I thought we changed his name to Sonic J, didn't we?
We need to do that, yeah. He wanted out.
He said, yeah, he quit on his team. Laker J says, whoa, Mr. No Meat on Meat will eat pastrami on a burger?
No, but it's good.
I don't like pastrami.
No, I mean, I've had it. I mean, like I said, guys, if it's served to me, I eat it.
Yeah.
Now, the bacon I remove from my cheeseburger. I just lift up the bun, I pull the bacon out, and I eat it on the side. You can't do that with the pastrami. Somebody serves me a burger with pastrami, I'm going to eat it. I would prefer to have just the burger. But I'm going to eat it, and it's good.
There's a place in town that serves brisket on a burger.
Yeah.
That's pretty good. I like brisket better than the burger, but that's pretty good. Text line open, 315-7833, 315-7833. Don't forget, Monday morning at 6 o'clock, the second tickets for the party bus go on sale. That's right, we're heading to Seattle. I almost said we're heading to Minnesota to see the Mariners. No, we're heading to Seattle to see the Minnesota Twins. That's May 19th when we're going over there. Tickets go on sale Saturday morning at 6 a.m. Online at northwesttickets.com or go to 700ESPN.com, and there will be a little party bus ad. You click on that, it'll take you right to where you can buy your tickets. $80 per person, round-trip tickets to and from Seattle to see the Mariners and the Twins. Includes round-trip transportation, lower-level tickets, and all kinds of fun. We're sitting on the other side of the stadium.
First base side?
Yeah.
Wow.
We have never sat on the first base side in all the buses that we have taken over there. We are on the other side of the field this time. So we're mixing it up.
Okay, so you got to keep an eye out for left-handed batters then.
Yes, you do.
Vogelbach, Vogelbach. Oh, yeah,
right-handed batters. You get right-handed batters with a line drive.
And
left-handed batters with a pop-up.
With a pull. Or with a pull is what I'm talking about. A pull. If you're sitting down a ways, you're in the target zone.
Yeah, I'm more concerned with the right-handed guys. I'm concerned with everybody because you got to pay attention to what's going on. And I don't know how I think we're between first base and where the left fielder plays or the right fielder plays.
Yeah.
We're in the lower level. So that's where our tickets are this time. I don't know where our tickets will be next time. Alex says, "What about an egg on a burger?" No.
It's good.
I hate
it's
that.
Good. Had a thing called a fireman sandwich one time. That was it was a steak sandwich that had jalapenos and egg on it.
Nope.
Oh, man, it was good.
Egg is breakfast. Burgers are lunch and dinner. The two shall not meet.
In fact, when we were we did our show from the Prohibition a few Fridays ago, I had their signature burger, which has an egg on it.
I know you did.
It was awesome.
I will not. If you serve, I will tell you, you talked about if you serve it, I will eat it.
Yeah.
If you brought me a hamburger with a fried egg on it, I would not eat it.
Just remove the egg and eat it on its own.
No, because there's now egg juice on my hamburger. I'm not eating it. Send it back. Get it out of here. All right. Reminder, don't forget the Field Pass where you can sign up for Mariner tickets. The latest pair of tickets is to see the Chicago Cubs. Sign up with the Field Pass. Use your bonus points there. The Field Pass is powered by Toyota. Let's go places. It's Patchin and Lukens here in the Frostbrew Coors Light studio. 700 ESPN, 105.3 FM. There's an interesting article by Jeff Passan of ESPN. He talks about the Mariners as the best team in baseball right now. We'll talk about it next. Patchin and Lukens in the Frostbrewed Coors Light studio.
Is the only time you hear from your digital advertising vendor when you open your bill at the end of the month? Looking for a strategic digital advertising partnership built on a solid plan and consistent communication? Phase 3 Digital can help. Call 329-4333. 329-4333. Got a clog? Call the dog. Bulldog Rooter, the first call to make in a plumbing emergency. No matter what time of day or night, there's no charge for overtime anytime. Tree roots clogging your sewer line? Call the dog. Broken or leaky pipes, faucets, toilets, or appliances? Call the dog. 3 a.m. or 3 p.m., any kind of plumbing emergency, call the dog. Bulldog Rooter, 535-3447. That's 535-3447. Or online at bulldogrooter.com.
At Coeur d'Alene Casino, our renovation is complete with new lighting, decor, and improved clean air system. So come home and relax. We've added new game titles like Fortune Cup and Buffalo Diamond, so come home and play. There's a new Wolf Den bar, high-limit gaming, and our event center now has world-class sound and lighting. So come home and celebrate. Come see everything new, built just for you. Welcome home to Coeur d'Alene Casino.
Hey, hon, let's pick up a huge XLNY pizza. Hey, Maps, give me directions to Papa Murphy's.
Boop, boop. Rerouting to Yumsville.
Oh, Molly, you don't have to do the Maps voice.
Boop, boop. Take a left on Huge Pizza Road.
Okay, babe, I can just follow the real directions.
Bake it up a notch tonight. Get any made-from-scratch XLNY with a foldable New York-style crust for only $9. Papa Murphy's Pizza. We make it, you bake it.
SpokaneHelpWanted.com presents the world's worst boss, the one who posts jobs on huge national job sites, looking for anyone with a pulse. We'll just call him Dave.
We need to work as a team at this company, so today we're going to do a team-building exercise called Trust Falls. Sally, I want you to close your eyes, fall, and I'll catch you.
Okay.
1, 2, 3. Okay, lesson number 1, fall forward.
Ow, 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 ow.
Don't be a Dave. Find your perfect local employee at SpokaneHelpWanted.com. Local jobs that work.
Hi, I'm Dan Can, your Spokane Geico agent. In the words of William Shakespeare, who was born in April, to thine own self be true. Be true to yourself and get a free quote to see how much you could save. Geico could save you 15% or more. Give your local Geico agent a call today.
Go, Chiefs, go!
Thanks for calling your Spokane Chiefs. Game 4 is tonight.
Game 4. 4 is the magic number.
And tonight's also a Buck Night. We'll hand out rally towels courtesy of Avista.
Uh-huh.
Oh, and it's a whiteout, so wear white to support your Chiefs.
It's a nice day for a whiteout. You know, just like Billy Idol sang.
I don't think that's exactly how Billy put it.
Well, agree to disagree.
Okay, we'll go with it.
Go, Chiefs, go!
It's round 2 of the Western Hockey League playoffs. Your Spokane Chiefs against the Everett Silvertips. Game 4 is tonight in the Spokane Arena. And tonight is a Buck Night with $1 hot dogs and Coca-Cola products all night. For tickets, go to SpokaneChiefs.com or call the Chiefs at 535-PUCK.
Do they still make whiteout?
I don't know. You still have it all over your computer screen?
Well, I haven't made a mistake in years. Hello?
The WHL playoffs in the arena tonight. Get your seats at SpokaneChiefs.com or call 535-PUCK.
Tuesday's Trainer, tips and techniques for beginning runners to elite athletes. Brought to you by Fleet Feet Spokane. Here's Wade Pinnell.
Dedication to a training schedule is admirable, but there are times when you need rest and recovery. If you have the flu, a serious cold, or some other ailment or injury, it might be time for a much-needed break. Frequently, sickness is the result of a tired body and suppressed immune system. Skipping a day or two of your training will likely return you to full health sooner and help offset the potential for a more serious injury or sickness to set in. Aches and pains should also be taken seriously and time off should be considered. Rest, ice, compression, and elevation are the key tools to help the body heal and repair for a return to running. Pain is your body's feedback loop to help guide your training. Learning to listen to your body and then heed its warning signs is one of the most important skills of the healthy runner.
Visit FleetFeetSpokane.com for more training advice, local race schedules, and training groups, or stop by 13910 East Indiana in the Evergreen Crossing Center or in Kendall Yards. FleetFeetSpokane.com.
Dennis Patchin and Rick Lukens, the two biggest names in local sports.
You are entitled to your opinion.
Weekdays at 3 on 700 ESPN and 105.3 FM.
Buy or sell with Patchin and Lukens is brought to you by Dynamic Decks. Custom decks built right.
Played it today. Steve will post his questions up on the web as we always do, so you can actually play buy or sell on Facebook.
Holy smoke.
If you didn't know that, you can go there. What?
Tony tweeting because you said you didn't want egg on a burger.
Yep.
He says 2 pieces of toast, 2 over-hard eggs, 4 pieces of bacon, 2 burger patties, and 4 pieces of cheese, and he calls it his comfort sandwich. That's all. That's bordering on uncomfortable, Tony. I mean, just when you're finished eating it. That's an angioplasty. Holy smoke. Sounds delicious, though.
See, it may have something to do with I'm not a big fan of fried eggs.
Fried eggs are awesome.
At all.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, I will eat them But if you ask me how I want my eggs, I will take them 17 different ways other than fried. So, first of all, that's why if you put a fried egg on my burger, I don't like fried eggs.
Yeah.
So if you've just ruined it. And Tony's thing is it's got fried eggs and
patties and bacon.
That's
cheese.
It's a heart attack on a stick right there, pal. Jeff Pass, who writes for ESPN.
He covers baseball, Major League Baseball.
Yeah. He's talking about the Seattle Mariners right now being the best team in baseball.
Well, his headline is how the amazing Mariners are playing like baseball's best team.
And it's hard to argue when they're 13-2 and scoring runs like they're scoring runs.
Yeah, and he also buys into the narrative that this can't continue. Everybody does. Everybody knows it can't continue. But he kind of lays into why the Mariners were able to pull this, and he's putting a lot of it on the guy he compares to Chris Farley, Daniel Vogelbach.
Well, the picture of Vogelbach in the dugout after he hit his home run.
His 10th inning home run.
And his hair's kind of back, and he's got that head back.
And he's hugging Felix, I think. Yeah.
He looks like the late Chris Farley.
Yeah.
He looks like Tommy Boy there. Tommy Boy just gave us the lead.
But Passan, who listen, I mean, people should read more of him. I'm going to read more of him. He's a really good writer. So, definitely read Passan. But this piece was really neat. Number one, because he just put it out. I mean, his story includes yesterday's 10th inning home run. And some of the things he wrote specifically about Vogelbach. Here's what he wrote about Vogelbach. He knows what pitchers throw, how the pitches spin, their movement profiles. He knows how they will pitch him. He knows this because he's self-aware enough to understand how baseball people discount him because of his body and foot speed and all the gifts he wasn't given. That he's there to do one thing. And this was all prefaced by him when everybody else was off doing whatever they do after a game. Vogelbach was sitting on a couch with a video controller, and he was watching pitchers, and he was watching what they do. That's what this guy does. And the quote from Vogelbach, when he talks about being at the plate, and this sums it up for the Mariners, he says, even if you're not feeling it, this means in an at-bat. Even if you're not feeling it, you can battle, grind at-bats out. In an 0-for-4, you can still do things to help your team win. And that's how he's approaching every single at-bat, and that's the way most of the Mariners are approaching every single at-bat.
It's the quote from Vogelbach. Every time you get in the box, it's a refreshing moment. You control what you can control. Okay, so let me ask a question then. Is that a quote? Is that a cliche, Steve?
I think so.
Okay, that's fine. That's from the Russell Wilson update. He's had how many at bats does Vogelbach have right now in this season?
I don't know,
50,
maybe 20.
I was going to say 30. I'll look real quick, but yeah.
Okay, even if it's 50, he's had times where he's had at bats. He's never done what he's doing now.
Oh no, not at any point. It's finally, hopefully it's finally kicked in for him.
Okay, so was it the? I mean, because I never heard any of this stuff about him before.
Oh, I think the one thing that got you and me talking about him 2 weeks ago was when I was talking about his approach at the plate, that this guy hadn't gotten a hit yet, but his on-base percentage, even this season without a hit was good, and that the guy, even when he wasn't hitting in the major leagues, had a good on-base percentage, and that was, because of his approach at the plate. I think that's always been the talk about
that's been
Vogelbach.
the talk about him the whole time.
Ever since he's been there.
But the problem is you come to the big league level and you strike out 15 times out of 20 at-bats. No one cares that the time you put it in the cage, and you've got this great idea that I can only control what I can control. That you can use whatever dopey platitude you want, but when you go 0-for-50, it doesn't matter.
People don't pay attention.
Chris Davis sure is trying hard. No one cares. Chris, get a hit.
Okay, but
same thing with Vogelbach.
Vogelbach has 30 at-bats, by the way.
Okay, so what happened? What changed for him?
People had to start pitching to him a little bit. That's what changed, and I think he's even more so laying off those outside pitches that he used to chase a little bit. So
somebody got to him this offseason.
Yeah, I think maybe with the lineup that he's in, because other guys are doing it, there are people on base and whatnot, and I mean the situations are different. Pitchers are actually having higher pitch counts, and so when Vogelbach's turn comes up, pitchers aren't wasting a lot on him. They got to go to work on him, and I think that's all about controlling the zone, right? That they've got to go to work on him, and eventually they're going to give him something that he wants.
But a year ago, that 3-1 pitch they threw him before he hit the home run the other night, low and away, he would swung at that, and he would have rolled one over and grounded out to second base.
And yesterday he laid off on it and got the pitch he wanted.
What happened? Who got to him?
New pitching coach?
Who changed?
Scott Service?
Where did his mindset change? Because he's doing things this year, Rick. Now, we didn't see any of what he has done in Tacoma or anywhere else along the minor league way, and he's hit at every level, okay? He's hit at every level except the major league level. But he's doing things this year that he has never done at the big league level before.
I honestly think he's seeing better pitches this year than he got before.
See, I find that hard to believe, the fact that all of a sudden when a guy who couldn't hit and was going after everything outside the zone, all of a sudden guys are pitching to him and putting things into the zone. Rick, he's hitting .588 when the ball is thrown in the strike zone.
And he's only swinging at 20% of pitches outside the strike zone.
Somebody
Dennis,
has
you're
pulled
looking
him
for
aside.
if you're looking for one thing, that's not it. It's a culmination of 15 different things.
Right.
Edwin Encarnacion talking to him, and Jay Bruce talking to him, and Mitch Haniger taking pitches, and the new hitting coach, and Scott Service, and less pressure because Ryan Divish told him, hey, you guys aren't supposed to be very good this year, so how do you feel about that? That takes pressure off of him, and it's just a combination of 15 different things.
Here, I'll offer another thing, another one of those 15 things, Dennis, and this was in the story by Jeff Passan, and I didn't know this. Maybe you knew it. I didn't know it. The Mariners have, according to Passan's story, a pair of analysts in the clubhouse who serve as conduits, I'm reading here, for much deeper information on opposing pitchers. And by much deeper information, we mean not just what the pitchers throw, but what they throw that gets hit hard. So you're facing Wade Miley tonight. When Miley comes inside middle, people are hitting the crap out of it. Is what there's that type of thing.
I mean, he hasn't had a fair chance. Last year he got 87 at bats in 37 games and he hit .207. And he
was spread all over the map.
Right, and he walked 13 times in 87 in 100 plate appearances. Okay, he's already walked 7 times this year in 30 plate appearances. Mm-hmm. He's a completely different hitter.
But he's a completely different
I don't
hitter.
know that that's the case. The outcome at the major league level is completely different.
You could make the argument that he's with minor differences. He's much the same hitter in a much different environment.
The lineup last year offensively was better than this year's lineup.
Was it?
Talent-wise,
all numbers to the contrary.
Talent,
right now. Okay.
Talent-wise,
yes. Talent-wise, if you the eyeball test, when you're just looking at names on a piece of paper, no question that you're right on that. But the numbers right now, and I'll emphasize and underline right now, seem to indicate otherwise. And there's this whole thought that people, that as a group, they're buying into this whole 9-against-1 thing, like Mitch Haniger said yesterday in the post-game show, that people are being selfish, that they want to, that selfish in that they want to be the guy who makes it good for the next guy. It's a different mindset from number 1 through number 9 in the batting order.
Because Robinson Cano, Nelson Cruz, and Gene Segura were 3 of their 4 best hitters last year. Mitch Haniger was the fourth.
Okay.
Those are their 4 best offensive weapons last year.
Could we make the argument that maybe Gene Segura was more about Gene Segura than?
No. I'm not saying that they weren't.
Yeah.
I'm just finding it interesting. There has to be. We can't keep. Okay, 5 games in, it was dumb luck. 10 games in, it was like, man, this is unbelievable. We're 15 games in. We're starting to get to a point now where it can't be just. It's just whatever. It's the organicness of who's there and who's not there. There's something different about this team offensively, and there has to be a reason. And maybe you guys hit upon all these little reasons, and the combination is that. But just because 2 guys aren't there and 2 other guys are there doesn't lead you to do what the Mariners have done in the first 15 games by being. Rick, the first 15 games of the season, this team has been better offensively than any team in the history of baseball.
Yeah, but you said just because a couple guys are there, a couple guys aren't there. Maybe it is, Dennis, because a couple guys aren't there. Because when you had Robinson Cano in there, and I mean, come on, there's a Hall of Famer right there if he doesn't get into PED trouble, right. a guaranteed Hall of Famer. Nelson Cruz, who is a dynamic personality, and Gene Segura, who was hitting the crap out of the ball last year when nobody else was, who is a total me guy. And those guys are gone. And now it's kind of this unselfish thing going on right now. And I'm just saying, and I'm not going to point at any one of those except Segura, because I think he was very selfish. I'm not going to point at Cano and Cruz, but there's a very good possibility that they were part of that in the batting order as well, that everybody is approaching it differently now. And so maybe it is because 1 or 2 guys are gone.
Then that clubhouse last year was so toxic that young guys couldn't perform. That's the only excuse.
A certain amount of
it could have been
truth to
toxic without anybody really realizing that it was toxic.
No, I completely understand that. But I'm just saying that locker room had to be for a young guy or a guy trying to get help from somebody or get the help from Jay Bruce and Encarnacion and D. Gordon, because people have talked about him. That had to have been so toxic that they had no place to go.
Well, and here's what you had last year was, let me set the scene for you. You had Scott Service saying, control the zone, control the zone, control the zone. That's what we're about offensively, control the zone. And then you had Gene Segura saying, I'm going to go and I'm going to hit the ball hard, okay? And you had Dr. Lorena Martin going her own way on things. You had Felix ignoring what's the word I'm looking for? The metrics that they were trying to give him on pitching. You had everybody going their own way. And so you have a young guy in there who's looking at it and saying, well, he's doing this and he's doing this, and Skipper's saying I need to control the zone, but this guy's not controlling the zone. Why do I need to control? Now you got everybody moving in the same direction, and they got a couple guys in the clubhouse whose sole job it is to tell you where the zones are for these pitchers and where you want that ball to be. And I don't think that that's like the new miracle of baseball or anything like that, but it's working for this group of people.
Also tells me that Edgar was part of the problem too.
Well, that's the one.
I don't know.
I was actually going to go there, Steve, and say you got Service saying control the zone, and we got Edgar saying just make contact.
Listen, in 3 months when this team is 500, we're going to sit here and lament what happened. Why are they terrible? The new hitting coach is terrible. Scott Service's message isn't getting through. I told you Dan Vogelbach was garbage.
Yeah, but we're not there yet. We're here right now.
No, because they played 2 terrible teams, a good team that's bad, and a mediocre team a couple of times. So I don't know that we need to try to find the grand meaning of life through 15 games with this Mariner team. They played some bad teams.
Are Mariner fans afraid to call Edgar out for not being a good hitting coach?
I don't know that Edgar was a bad hitting coach. He may have been. Everything I saw from him was impressive. Like, wow, man, this guy knows so much about hitting. It went over my head a little bit because I'm not trying to go the opposite way with a curveball. So, like, that doesn't mean a lot to me. But I hear that and I understand. I go, wow, I never would have thought of that. Or, your weight's on this leg. Maybe it's not that he was bad. Maybe he was too good. Like, maybe he's giving them too much. And sometimes too much is just that. It's too much. Like Mitch Haniger, you just be like, quicker hands, Mitch, quicker hands, something.
Yeah.
And when you're getting into, well, your weight distribution on your right leg is too much, and then, just simplify it. Maybe Edgar was too smart and too detailed.
You said
I don't know.
You said something there, and this is a little unfair because I'm going to zero in on one thing, and I acknowledge that it's a little bit unfair. But you talked about Edgar, being the great opposite field hitter, that beautiful inside-out swing, and he could go the opposite way with power, and he knows how to do it, right? So why can't Kyle Seager do that? Why can't he even show the inkling of doing that?
Because Kyle Seager's got so many demons in his head right now, he can't get out of his own way.
But maybe one of the best inside-out swing artists in the history of the game can't get Kyle Seager to do that.
And Kyle Seager's got problems because he can't get out of his own head when the shift lines up. I'm just saying, Steve.
There's a lot to that, Rick. I can't explain why any Major League Baseball player can't hit the ball the opposite way. That doesn't make any sense.
If Kyle Seager comes back from his injury and all of a sudden he's going inside out and pushing the ball to left field, we might have a little more of an answer. But I'm not saying that's going to happen because I think Dennis is right as well.
But even if Edgar did give them too much and filled their heads with all of his knowledge, most people aren't going to be able to deal with all that knowledge because they can't go from point A to point B. But the other thing is, then Edgar was the smartest teacher in the room, yet he's a bad teacher because he couldn't get across the point to people who have lesser talent.
He's the smartest guy in the room knowledge-wise, but he has no way to transfer that knowledge.
You can I don't know that that's the case. I'm just speculating as to why someone that's actually good and knows what they're talking about could be bad.
I mean, I took college classes from people that I knew were brilliant, okay? Brilliant people. And they were some of the worst teachers I've ever had because they couldn't get what they were trying to teach across to the people who didn't know enough information. It's like why great players don't necessarily ever make great managers or coaches because the game came so natural to them. It's the guys who had to grind every day. Scott Servais spent in the big leagues 10 years. He never knew from morning to morning if he woke up if he was going to be there the next day. That's what makes him great. Rarely do we get a guy who was great and turns out to be a great manager or a great coach. All right, we're going to take a time out. It's Patchin and Lukens here in the Frostbrew Coors Light Studio, 700 ESPN, 105.3 FM.
Does your local baseball field need an extreme makeover?
Your hometown Chevy dealers and the Extreme Team want to transform your diamonds into a field of dreams. Tell us why your field needs and deserves a makeover. Complete details on KXOY.com.
Mark Peterson with KXOY 4 News. Extreme Team has teamed up with the hometown Chevy dealers to transform one local baseball diamond into a field worthy of big league dreams. Brought to you by Knutson Chevrolet, part of your hometown Chevy dealers. And the KXOY 4 News Extreme Team.
Your chance to win energy-saving windows from Residential Home Solutions is back with our 7th annual A New View Spring Contest. Last year's winner, Jake Binder, had his builder-grade vinyl windows replaced with our locally made quality windows. Up to $10,000 in locally made windows could also be yours. For details and your chance to win, enter now at residentialhs.com or call 892-6460. Discover the difference our windows will make in your home. Residential Home Solutions. Windows. Custom fit for life.
Get an early look at the 2019 Eastern Eagle football team Saturday, April 27th during the annual Red-White Spring Football Scrimmage at Roos Field, starting at noon with free admission. Then stick around for the 38th annual Orland Killen Dinner, Dance, and Auction. Enjoy lobster, New York steak, and all-you-can-eat hors d'oeuvres and adult beverages. Social hour begins at 4:30. Dinner at 6, a live auction at 7 with music and dancing following. All proceeds benefit Eagle Athletics. For more information or to register for the event, go to goeags.com.
You've trusted your truck to Rhino Linings of Spokane to install the highest quality bed liner on the market. Now, get the same premium service and quality installation of accessories for the truck you love. Truck steps, WeatherTech floor liners, grill guards, mud flaps, fender flares, Truxedo bed covers, and much, much more. Stop into Rhino Linings of Spokane to see these accessories and what they can do for your truck. Call 489-0733 or visit Rhino Linings of Spokane today, 5505 East Trent.
Summer is right around the corner, and that means baseball. So here's the pitch. With Spokane Indians Youth Baseball, there's never been a better time for your child to play ball.
Play ball!
Spokane Indians Youth Baseball provides affordable, quality instruction for kids ages 4 to 15. Teams are forming now for baseball and softball. Register by May 16th for the summer season and get your son or daughter involved with America's favorite pastime. Visit SIYB.org and make summer a home run for your kids.
Hey, nice truck.
Hey, nice truck.
Contractors, is your truck equipped for the busy spring season? Titan Truck has what your truck needs to get more done. Service bodies and flatbeds in stock and ready to install. Toolboxes, hoists, cab guards, winches, lighting, cranes, and lift gates. They got them. Service vans? Titan Truck upfits all makes and models of service vans too. Need a DOT inspection? Call Titan Truck to schedule your inspection. Openings still available. Online at TitanTruck.com or stop by 605 North Fancher Road in the Spokane Valley. Titan Truck. Get more done. Have more fun.
The Spokane Chiefs will have the brooms out tonight. I'm Dennis Patchin with his Coors Light, 700 ESPN, 105.3 FM Spokane Sports Center. Up 3-0 the Chiefs can sweep the second-round playoff series with Everett tonight with a win in Game 4. The puck drops in the arena for the first time at 7. Thanks to a solo home run from Daniel Vogelbach in the 10th, the Mariners 7-6 winners over Kansas City on Thursday. With a victory, the Mariners sweep the 4-game series with the Royals and win 6 of 7 on the road trip. Mariners, who have hit a home run in a Major League record 15 games to start the season, will host the Astros in the first of a 3-game series. First pitch tonight at 7:10. College baseball tonight. Washington State will be at home this weekend. The Cougars start the first of a 3-game series with the Oregon Ducks. And Gonzaga on the road this weekend. They'll be in the Northwest starting a 3-game series at Portland tonight. This 700 ESPN, 105.3 FM Spokane Sports Center is brought to you by Frost Brewed Coors Light, Spokane's most refreshing beer.
Follow us on Facebook, 700 ESPN.
700 ESPN, 105.3 FM. Patchin and Lukens here in the Frost Brewed Coors Light studio. We got a game 4 tonight in the playoffs. Spokane Chiefs trying to sweep the Everett Silvertips out of the postseason, send them to the golf course for the season. That's the term in the hockey world of your year is over with. Puck drops at 7 o'clock. A win tonight by Spokane. They win it 4-0. A win by Everett. Chiefs still lead 3-1 and would play Game 5 coming up at home tomorrow night. Also, Zakira Rice, the former Gonzaga Bulldog, who used up her eligibility last year and leading the team to the second round of the NCAA tournament, will go to the Seattle Storm training camp, has been invited to participate in a training camp. I will tell you, she's going to have a very difficult time making that team because the Storm in the WNBA draft took their first-round pick from Australia and basically said, stay there. We don't got any room for you here. This is a team that won the championship last year. They're trying to win a championship this year. And the stuff I've been reading before the WNBA draft says there probably isn't a spot for any new player on this team this year. So good luck to Zakira Rice. She's going to have her hands full trying to do that. Becomes the 9th Gonzaga player to either be drafted or get invited to training camp.
Yeah, and then as Dennis pointed out at the beginning of the show, Rui Hachimura down in L.A. tonight won the Julius Erving Award as the small forward of the year in college basketball. I think the neatest thing about this is that he gets the award from Dr. J himself.
Do you think Rui knows who Dr. J is?
Yeah, I'm sure he does. But, I mean, somebody had to have clued him in. And Dr. J's still got a pretty awesome highlight reel. I'll bet you he's seen it.
Okay. A guy who's 20 Do you know who Dr. J is?
He knows. Okay, he knows who Wilt Chamberlain is. He knows who Jabbar is.
Do you know who Clyde Frazier is or Earl Monroe?
Probably not. But I mean,
Elvin Hayes.
Dr. J was the guy. He changed basketball with his acrobatics, his aerial maneuvers, and so I would think that a guy like that, there's a better than even chance he knows who that is. He got up there and shook his hand, and he was like looking down at Dr. J's hand. Because remember how Dr. J could palm a basketball, just flat off the dribble, could palm a basketball. And apparently he made the remark that his hand is very big. I think that's pretty cool. Much cooler than the award itself, that Dr. J was there.
Two of the guys he beat out, one was Admiral Schofield from Tennessee. The other was DeAndre Hunter from the national champion Virginia Cavaliers.
All right, so Rui finally got one over on Admiral Schofield, who handed Rui and Gonzaga one of their painful defeats this year.
He did.
He single-handedly handed Gonzaga a defeat this year. Admiral Schofield did.
Second Gonzaga player to win those position awards, the Cousy Award, the Jerry West Shooting Guard Award, the Dr. J Small Forward, the Karl Malone Power Forward, the Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Shemet Karnowski won that award 2 years ago from the Kareem Abdul-Jabbar Award. So he becomes the second Gonzaga player to win one of these. And for lack of a better term, I call them position awards.
Okay.
That's
a good call.
They're the best player at their position, as defined by college basketball.
So I mean, it should be next week. Rui announces where he's, where he's headed, which is probably to the NBA, and Gonzaga goes from there. I wondered. If the NCAA, and I think the NCAA is moving this direction to eliminate one and dones, like a Zion Williamson or the other two guys who are leaving Duke after their freshman year, and that a guy coming into college basketball is going to have to play 2 or 3 years before he's eligible for the NBA. Do you think that if they go to that, and it's going to be a while before it happens, though, do you think a school like Gonzaga benefits from that? Because the pool is, you're taking the NBA players, the surefire NBA players, right out of the mix. Mark Few was just even recently quoted as saying, the handwriting's on the wall. You have to have NBA players in order to compete for an NCAA championship. Well, it's going to change a little bit. When this does go into effect, I don't know how long it's going to be, but it will go into effect.
The thing I was reading yesterday said the NBA is gearing towards the 22 draft. 2022 draft. Which, because teams are now starting to trade those draft picks, and teams need to know, because that draft pick, Rick, that's going to have first-year players and high school players, that draft is going to be loaded.
Right.
There's going to be so you don't want to trade away a first-round pick, or you want extra picks.
Sure.
In that, if that's the draft, so they're going to have to make a decision. I'm going to guess before this season starts on when they're going to go to that.
But if they go to it, is the playing field leveled? I guess is what I'm asking. Are maybe Duke and North Carolina and all the others are still going to have an advantage because of the prestige of their program, obviously, but they're now recruiting guys to play their 3 years, let's say. And does that change things?
Here's why I think we have to wait till we answer the question. One, how many guys are actually not going to go to college and go straight to the NBA? How many guys are going to declare? 10, 15 every year?
Maybe more, but okay.
Okay, so that will have an effect.
Well, but the pool's going to be what it's going to be.
Right, but the other thing that's going to have an effect is how long do you have to stay?
And I was set for purposes of this discussion, I was saying 3 years.
Okay, I think if that is the case, I think that benefits the mid-major more. That benefits the Power 5 school more. Because now I'm getting the best players who decided to go to college and I get them for 3 years. The reason we're seeing upsets in college basketball is Power 5 schools are getting beat because their best players are freshmen. They're getting beat by mid-major schools because their best players are juniors and seniors.
They're getting beat in the tournament by more experienced players.
Guys
maybe not more talented, but more experienced.
Guys who have played 120 games in this system as opposed to 30 games in this system. I think if you, let's just say for discussion, you take the 15 best players right off the top, okay? Well, that filters all those guys. The next 15 or the next 50 best players are still going to the Power 5 conferences or the power teams, and that might include Gonzaga as well. But if you got to stay 3 years, if I got the best players on my team and they're all there for 3 years, I'm going to beat you more times than you're going to beat me for sure, and might be even we may see the end of the upsets because now I've got juniors.
Mm-hmm.
My best players on this team are now juniors.
I think that's really sound reasoning. I'll tell you one thing that I think may work in Gonzaga's favor and why it may level the playing field in their direction is that the Power 6 schools, and I include Gonzaga in the Power 6, okay? The power of the Power 6, the North Carolinas, the Dukes, the Villanovas, whoever,
Michigan State,
they're going to get most of the cream at the top of the recruiting class. However, maybe they're not as good, and they've never really had to be good at kind of working on the fly, if you will. How many of those programs bring in a Brandon Clark who's a program changer? And Gonzaga's been really good, and other schools have been really good at that, at identifying guys you can bring in for 2 years who can be huge for you, who are dissatisfied elsewhere, including at some of the bigger schools like a Kyle Wiltshire.
Right. They bring those guys in every year, Rick. They're called Zion Williamson, and he only plays 1 year, and then he leaves, and then they bring in the next program changer.
And I'm saying that, like Brandon Clark would have, if this rule was in place, well, Brandon Clark, I guess, if it was 3 years, he would be eligible to leave. If this rule was in place right now, he would be eligible to leave this year.
I'm guessing he probably would have stayed at San Jose State and left after his third year at San Jose State and never come here.
Yeah.
It's going to change. It's going to change the landscape, not only in the NBA draft itself, but also it's going to change the landscape in college basketball because now Power 5 schools get guys for 3 years if they stay 3 years. Rick, I don't think it's going to be 3. I think it's going to be 2.
I hope it's 3, and here's why. Because then coaching really, really, really matters.
You know who also
developing?
You know who
coaching.
Also would like it to be 3?
Who's that?
The NBA. Because now I can identify guys who go in. I got 3 years to look at them. I'm not going to make as many mistakes as I am now, where I only get 1 year to identify
those kids that you're looking at have chances to make more mistakes and send up red flags to the NBA as well. Yeah.
Right. My picks are going to be more. I'll have more information. I've got 100 games instead of 30 games to see a guy. I'm not going to make a mistake. I'm going to make mistakes on guys where I only get 30 games. You're also going to make mistakes on guys you get no college games because those guys are coming right out of high school. It would have been interesting to me to see all the freshmen in this year's NCAA, and we had a really good group of freshmen, in my opinion. How many of those freshmen would have never gone to the NBA? I think there's 3 right now at Duke that wouldn't have gone.
Yeah.
And I don't know how many others would have said, see ya.
I look at a guy at Gonzaga like Corey Kispert or Mike Hart when he was there before. A guy who, when he comes in, is a really talented guy and a great team guy and a great student and everything. And he's guaranteed he's going to be there 4 years. Okay? And some of these guys just don't get any consistency on who their teammates are. And their role changes throughout.
Mm-hmm.
And so you're going to see a guy like, and I'm just using Corey Kispert as an example, that his role may have to change next year, depending on who comes in and who pans out of the young guys and everything. But it would be really nice to see him be able to be the same guy throughout. The guy who, the blue-collar guy who can hit a three-pointer for you when you need him. But maybe next year they're going to need him to shoot threes. Who knows? Maybe Zach Norvell is going to have to play the point. I hope not. But, everything. But when you've got your team together for at least 3 years, you get some consistency.
Right. Well, you also have what Gonzaga has and has done a great job with is the seniors and to a certain extent juniors. This is my team. I'm responsible for this team now. I'm the leader of this team.
No, that was Josh Perkins this year.
No, right. But, you could go back to before Matt Santangelo. You can go back when he came in and Jeff Goss was the point guard.
Sure.
And before Jeff, there's that lineage at Gonzaga and other programs where you've got seniors and it's their team and they're invested and they take care of the problems. They take care of the issues. And you work up to that. And that's what you do at Gonzaga. If you're a senior, you help the freshmen. If you're a freshman, you listen to the seniors, you figure it out, and when you're a junior or senior, then the role reverses. But you give Tom Izzo, a guy, a really good player, for 3 years? That's scary.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I think it's going to be better basketball all the way around. And I think there may be a certain leveling of the playing field.
But we won't get to see a guy who transfixed the college basketball fan this year in Zion Williamson. He will never play college basketball. You will never get what we had this year.
Unless some guy comes in and overachieves, and then you go, man, we're going to get to see that guy for 3 years.
Yeah. But he's never coming in with the hype that this guy came in with.
Okay.
And that's where we lose as college basketball fans. But to me, Rick, I don't want guys going to play college basketball if the only reason they're going to play college basketball is I got to go for a year because the NBA won't let me play.
Yeah,
I don't want those guys. Go play your NBA game. That's fine by me.
Yeah, I'd much rather celebrate the Bobby Hurleys,
Right.
Who were just awesome college basketball players who just didn't quite have it for the NBA.
Right.
I'd much rather celebrate those guys in college basketball.
And if Bobby Hurley was a better player, was a more of an NBA player, he would have left early too.
Yeah. And
that's the other thing is the game is going to be played by A- players. The A+ players are never playing in college basketball.
And honestly, in the long run, we're not going to miss them.
No, because if we got the same guys for 3 years,
we're not going to miss them.
We're gonna get to know the guys. Now, it's something that if you're a Gonzaga fan, you get to know. If you're a Duke fan now, the best players that you're getting at Duke, you're getting them for 1 year.
Yeah.
That's it.
They had Grayson Allen who left last year, and he stuck around. But he's a rarity at Duke.
I think he had to. I don't think anybody was willing to take him coming off of what he did 2 years ago.
Yeah.
It's interesting. All right, we'll go. We're going to take a timeout. Patchin and Lukens here in the Frostbrewed Coors Light studio, 700 ESPN, 105.3 FM.
This is your Coors Light Eagle Minute, a look at Eastern Washington University athletics. I'm Larry Weir. It's a busy weekend in Cheney. The women's tennis team moved into a tie for first place in the Big Sky Conference as they beat Idaho on Wednesday. They'll host Sacramento State Sunday. The men's tennis team returns home this weekend as they'll play Montana State and Montana. The men's and women's outdoor track and field teams are hosting the 47th Annual Pallura Invitational. Field events start tomorrow morning at 10, with track events beginning at 1. And the football team will hold their first scrimmage of the spring tomorrow morning on Roos Field. Head coach Aaron Best wants to see some improvement in certain areas.
Better effort, more detail, and technical stuff that can be enhanced. A little bit better in the technician of things. And we're probably looking anywhere from 70 to 75 snaps on Saturday, give or take, obviously the injury piece, making sure we have enough bodies.
Practice starts at 10 o'clock with a scrimmage beginning around 10:50. That's your Eagle Minute, brought to you by Frost Brewed Coors Light, the world's most refreshing beer.
Your local forecast brought to you by Wendell Ford, Wendell Nissan, and Wendell Pre-Owned. Over 500 vehicles in one location.
More wet weather is moving in for the first part of the weekend. Hi, it's Chris Crocker in the KXLY4 First Alert Weather Center. We may start the day off dry on Saturday, but the rain increases in the afternoon, so do the winds. A high temperature of only 51 degrees. Rain showers continuing through Saturday night. Looks like it might be dry Sunday.
Your local forecast. Brought to you by Wendell at the Y. Online at Wendell.com.
Hey, hon, let's pick up a huge XLNY pizza. Hey, Maps, give me directions to Papa Murphy's.
Boop, boop. Rerouting to Yumsville.
Oh, Molly, you don't have to do the Maps voice.
Boop, boop. Take a left on Huge Pizza Road.
Okay, babe, I can just follow the real directions.
Bake it up a notch tonight. Get any made-from-scratch XLNY with a foldable New York-style crust for only $9. Papa Murphy's Pizza. We make it, you bake it.
Spring is here, and it's time for the 43rd annual Spokane Home and Garden Show.
Bring photos, ideas, and family to find inspiration for your indoor and outdoor projects. Learn from one of the nation's foremost interior designers, Tanya Nyack.
Friday evening is Barrels and Brews. Sample local spirits while shopping for your home.
Enter to win the grand prize valued at $15,000. Compliments of Dynamic Decks and Jacobs Custom Living.
Spokane Home and Garden Show, April 19th through the 21st. Sponsored by BECU.
Get your game face on because Drive Green demo days are back. Come test drive the latest equipment. Attendees who register and are 18 or older will receive coupons for $500 off a 1 through 5 series John Deere tractor, $200 off turf and utility equipment, plus savings on parts and attachments. Drive Green, don't miss it. Some conditions apply. Drive Green event dates vary by participating dealer. Please see your local participating dealer for restrictions and to learn when these offers will expire.
Come into your local Pape Machinery Ag and Turf store April 11th through the 13th, 2019. Learn more at papemachinery.com.
Our team at Dave Smith goes beyond the average. Everyone at Dave Smith is driven by a spirit that never gives up. Go online to davesmithjobs.com and learn more about our team. Apply today to be a part of our award-winning team. Dave Smith is the world's largest and the Northwest largest. We are always innovating and always growing. Join our team today, davesmithjobs.com, or call Eric Smith at 800-635-8000. We look forward to meeting you soon. davesmithjobs.com.
Record store days every day at Spokane's home for all music tastes.
Recorded memories.
Thousands of records, CDs, 7,000 different categorized cassette tapes, plus music and movie posters.
Recorded memories.
Saturday, you'll find truly rare record store day releases. Recorded memories won't make you feel like a dinosaur while unearthing treasures from your past. Hamilton in Indiana, north of Gonzaga since the nearly Jurassic. 1987 AD.
Recorded memories.
Listen to 700 ESPN and 105.3 FM on your Echo.
Thanks.
Just tell Alexa, enable 700 ESPN 105.3 FM. Then say, play 700 ESPN 105.3 FM. Anytime to hear Patchin and Lukens, Golick and Wingo, Stephen A. Smith, and all your favorites from ESPN, including the NBA playoffs, the World Series, and more. Let Alexa make sure you don't miss a minute.
Destination
700 ESPN.
Your next massage at Northern Quest could transport you to the front row of an outdoor concert. Just one more benefit of earning points and comps at Camus Rewards. Enroll free today.
The Mariners just keep it rolling. I'm Dennis Patchin with Coors Light, 700 ESPN, 105.3 FM Spokane Sports Center. Thanks to 2 runs in the 9th and the game winner in the 10th, the Mariners 7-6 winners over Kansas City Thursday. With a pair of home runs in that game, the Mariners have now set a Major League record with a home run in 15 straight games to start the season. Mariners back home hosting the Houston Astros in the first of a 3-game series tonight. First pitch in Seattle is at 7:10. The Spokane Chiefs can send the Everett Silvertips on summer break tonight. Up 3-0. The Chiefs with a victory can advance to its first Western Conference final since 2011. The puck drops in the arena at 7. Ryan Murphy, who signed a letter of intent with Washington State when Ernie Kent was the basketball coach, has asked for his release. Last week, Murphy indicated on social media he was all in with new coach Kyle Smith, but apparently he's had a change of heart. This 700 ESPN 105.3 FM Spokane Sports Center is brought to you by Frost Brew Coors Light, Spokane's most refreshing beer.
Hey, right now during Earth Month, great time to give Zero Res a call because Zero Res is green cleaning. Water is their only cleaning substance, and what better way to recognize Earth Month than to get a good, green, eco-friendly cleaning from Zero Res. When Zero Res cleans, the only thing that goes into your carpet is water. It's ionized water that, because it's ionized, cleans just like soap does, but water, and water only goes into your carpeting. So no harsh chemicals that'll leave a residue, no soap or shampoo that'll leave a residue that attracts dirt back to those dirty areas of your carpeting. So you get a longer lasting clean, but you also get a green cleaning. That means your home environment is a much better place for you and your family. And if you book during Earth Month, you're also going to get this eco bonus, a tree planted off of your carpet cleaning. For every carpet cleaning booked and performed, Zero Res is donating along with the Arbor Day Foundation and planting a tree up to 1,000. So a great eco bonus here during Earth Month. Give Zero Res a call. It's just $44 a room, pre-treated, cleaned, and sanitized. Minimums apply. Just tell them Rick Lukens told you to call when you call 92 Clean. That's 92 Clean, or book online at ZeroResSpokane.com. Zero Res carpets and air ducts, the right way to clean.
Excuse me while I whip this out.
The Frost Brewed Coors Light text line is always open. Let Patchin and Lukens know what you think. 509-315-7833.
700 ESPN 105.3 FM. Patchin and Lukens in the Frost Brewed Coors Light studio. Bill says, whip it good. Have a great weekend. Thank you, Bill. Not Hawaiian Ryan said, also the NBA draft isn't going to be all high schools either, so some of the top players will still go to the NCAA. Some will leak out to Europe, but it's not going to be a wasteland of talent in the NCAA. Did we really miss out when we didn't have LeBron in 2004? Not really, says Ryan, not Hawaiian Ryan. Yeah, we did. If LeBron would have played college basketball for a year, he'd have been bigger than Zion Williamson.
Yeah, very possible.
No doubt.
Very
no
possible.
doubt in my mind.
Yeah. Just want to say hi to Matt, who just drove into our listening area.
Hey, Matt.
He's driving over from the west side of the state.
Sup? Zag's in on a guy?
What's the guy's name? Guy from South Dakota State. His name is David Jenkins Jr. He's a fire plug of a guard at 6'2" and can shoot the lights out from 3-point range.
Sounds like a guy by the name of Mooney.
Kind of, yeah, kind of like that guy, Matt Mooney. But he's in on. He's out of South Dakota State. He's got 2 years eligibility left. He's looking at UNLV, where his South Dakota State coach is now coaching. Also, Washington State, Oregon, UCLA, Memphis, or possibly staying at San Diego or South Dakota State. But the guy made 112 three-pointers last year.
There's a lot better places to be spending a winter in on his list than San Diego or South Dakota State. I'm just saying.
I would think yes, and even all of those in here, even Pullman is better than that. Yeah,
because it is snowing in South Dakota today. I'm just today, not December, January, February. Today. All right, that's going to do it for our show today. For those of you on the party bus on Sunday, we'll see you bright and early. Don't forget to bring your ID. For those of you who are not going, the next bus, the next party bus, fun bus to a Mariner game, tickets go on sale Monday morning. Have a great weekend. Chiefs in action this weekend. We'll talk about that. We'll talk about the Masters on Monday. We'll see you at 3. Patchin and Lukens in the Frost Brewed Coors Light studio.
Y'all be good. See you later. Go Eagles.
Bye.
Spring is here, and it's time for the 43rd annual Spokane Home and Garden Show.
Bring photos, ideas, and family to find inspiration for your indoor and outdoor projects. Learn from one of the nation's foremost interior designers, Tanya Nyack.
Join us Sunday for a scavenger hunt and pictures with the Easter Bunny while shopping for your home.
Enter to win the grand prize valued at $15,000. Compliments of Dynamic Decks and Jacob's Custom Living.
Spokane Home and Garden Show, April 19th through the 21st, sponsored by BECU.
Players and spectators in Aces Casino are bringing you twice the fun all in one place. At the all-new Players and Spectators in Aces Casino, you can go bowling, play great card games and video games, and watch sports on big screen TVs while enjoying great food and drinks every day of the week. Visit Players and Spectators in Aces Casino in the Spokane Valley on East Sprague and have twice the fun. Now all in one place. Players and Spectators and Aces Casino.
Our team at Dave Smith goes beyond the average. Everyone at Dave Smith is driven by a spirit that never gives up. Go online to DaveSmithJobs.com and learn more about our team. Apply today to be a part of our award-winning team. Dave Smith is the world's largest